mine. So you're going to notice a pattern. All the clips that I'm playing are shark themed because I was sort of dipping my toe into those waters. Pardon the pun. Oh, boo. Get him out of here. Get him off the stage. Get him off the stage. All right. Yeah, so I'm doing, I'm dipping my toe in the waters for sharks. So that's what we're going to watch. A couple of shark videos here. Showed a couple of commercials. Then, of course, if we're talking about 90s, we got to talk about street sharks. That dipped into a couple of ponds right there. You know, sharks are in the ocean; they're not in ponds. But this particular show was dipping its toe into a couple of ponds when it comes to trends because it was getting in on the shark popularity, you know, underwater Jaws, whatever, and it was getting in on the Ninja Turtles popularity. And let's take a group of young characters, get them mutated into some sort of animal, you know, hybrid thing. And, you know, they're a team and they have crazy vehicles and all that, you know, so they were going in on a couple of things there. So let's check out Street Sharks here and our boy Slamoo. This is when you guys might have seen this clip if you've been around the channel for a bit. I played this one, I think it was like back in August, man. Holy shit, time is flying by. So yeah, you would have had to been around the channel for a little bit, you know, quite a few months. And you might remember on Sterner Stuff that I played this clip when they predicted the future. Street Sharks predicted the future, and they try to take out our boy, try to take him down. Okay, we're gonna make America jawsome again. So check this out. First shark.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press.
Which wait a minute. I just realized, wouldn't that mean he's like married to the president? Like, wait, isn't like the first lady the wife of the president? So first shark would mean he married the president. What's going on here? I didn't even realize that.
May I present Vice President Ripster, Press Secretary Streaks, Security Director Jab.
Where's the head of Doge? Who are you selecting to be your head of Doge there? I love how they picked the orange shark, right? You think I was joking? You think I was joking around like, oh, it's just, you know, president, whatever. Like, no, it's the orange shark. Let's go, Team Big Bison Bucks.
Movie about Shamu going bad featuring an all-star cast.
Oh, damn. Thank you, Caster Hopper. When I think of a movie that has Shamu or any killer whale, I'm thinking Free Willy. I didn't know there was a... Oh, wait. There was it Orca? Maybe that's what you sent in. I don't know. I think it was called Orca, where with the evil killer whale. I mean, I say evil like, you know, they're like the monster of the movie. It's an animal. I don't know if it can choose what it to be evil or good, but Free Willy, though, is what first comes to mind if I think of orcas or killer whales or whatever you want to call them. And they made a bunch of those movies. They made so many Free Willy movies, like sequels after, like long after I had grown out of that, you know, that being a fan of that franchise or whatever. I think I saw like the first two. I don't even know how many they got up to. I think it's at least 4. I think there's at least 4 Free Willy movies. I stopped after the second one though. But yeah, Orca. Yeah, there you go. Okra. Okra. Some pickled okra there. Yeah, the hammerhead is Elon Musk. He does. Yeah, you know what? I would believe that because he's the only one that doesn't look as dressed up. It looks like he's wearing a t-shirt under his blazer there. He's probably all zooked out. So yeah, he's the Elon Musk of the group here. But yeah, so they picked the orange shark for the president. You know, it's more of this. They were predicting the future back then. I don't know how they did it.
Doing fine, gentlemen. Couldn't do my job without you. Tidy yourself up a bit, Director Jab.
He calls him out on it too. He's like, "You look like a slob. What is that, a mustard stain on your sleeve? What am I looking at here? Those aren't shirt buttons. Those are crumbs." I thought maybe he was wearing like a button-up shirt. No, it's just a t-shirt. Those are crumbs. And good thing he wore the yellow jacket today, or what, you know, whatever that is, sort of a, maybe it was spicy brown mustard, you know. It's like a mustard colored jacket. Good thing you wore the mustard jacket today, but don't think that we still don't see that spot on there. You've been eating hot dogs.
You look like you buy your clothes at garage sales.
He's like, buy clothes? What is this buying clothes you speak of? I fished them out of a dumpster. Elon Mustard? Coco says Elon Mustard. Yeah, he's not even wearing a tie. So here they go. Here it goes. All right, guys. Like I said, it wasn't just like, oh, the shark's the president. No, it's the orange shark is the president. No, not just that the orange shark is the president, but they try to take him down. They try to take him out.
Never fear, Slamu's here.
Last one.
Thank you, Painting and Rambling. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, bite. You know, the smoke cleared. I was expecting him to say that, actually. When the smoke cleared, I thought he was going to rise out with a fist and say, bite.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
And they nuked the White House. That explosion ended up killing everybody there. You know, he tried to save the day. Used the flagpole there to crash the helicopter. That was actual audio. Don't think that I edited that. That was actual audio from the cartoon. I didn't insert any lines. I didn't insert any clips from something else. Right? That was all 100% real. Okay, it was all 100% real. Yeah, then the helicopter crashes and explodes in a nuke-sized explosion. Now we're gonna have a radioactive shark president, and he rises up. Look at him. We're gonna make America jawsome again. Bite. Let's go. Actual. Oh shit! You can't even see that. Technical difficulties. The fuck? Why is it so gigantic? I don't know what happened to the zoom on this. You know what? The technical difficulties are the least of my concerns right now. It is what it is. But yeah, that's actual freeze frame there. It really happened. Yeah, we're gonna make America jawsome again. Maja 2028. I'm voting Slamu and Tiggy. Okay, Tiggy's gonna be the vice president. You can't rig the Tig. It's too big to Tig. You can't rig the Tig. All right, so Tiggy's gonna be the vice president. Slamu's gonna be the president. I don't know who the first shark is gonna be. There must be some waifu hiding somewhere. Yeah, Maja. Make America jawsome again. All right, and we're bringing back Shark Week too. And we're going to make another Sharknado. What are we up to? Sharknado 11? How many movies are there? I think there's like 8 of them. I don't even know. There's a lot. We're going to make another one. We're going to make another Sharknado. We're going to throw in the 5-headed shark. We're going to throw in Sharktopus and the whale wolf. And we're going to throw in all the Meg. The Meg's going to be there too. Yeah, we're going to have like an all-star. It's going to be like Freddy versus Jason, but with all the cheesy shark movies. All the really bad, too legit to Tig. All the really bad shark movies. It'll be like a crossover. In-game level event, right? Remember the Infinity War and Endgame? And they brought all the Marvel superheroes together. It's going to be like that, except with all the bad shark movies. They'll even come out of portals too, for no reason. Doctor Strange will be there. Well, it'll be like a knockoff of Doctor Strange. He'll be there. And he'll open a bunch of portals. He'll point to the ocean. He won't point to the sky. He'll point to the ocean. And then open a bunch of portals and Sharktopus and the Meg and mecha shark. There was mega shark, but then there was also mecha shark. So all of them will be there. We're gonna make America jawsome again. You guys on board? Yeah, Dr. Weird. Yeah, Dr. Unusual. We'll call him Dr. Unusual. Okay? He's Dr. Unusual. He's gonna open all the portals. And the thing about it is, wouldn't be too far off from some of these movies that they're making nowadays. So this is what I was talking about earlier, where sharks have been a trend for a long time. Quite a while. Even though Street Sharks was predicting the future back in the 90s, we've got these new shark movies. And if they're predicting the future, then the future is going to be pretty scary. I don't know. We'll see, but they have gone off the rails completely. I'm going to show you a couple of trailers here, and this will convince you that what I'm talking about with Dr. Unusual summoning all the different sharks as some sort of giant crossover team probably isn't even the craziest idea. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody already thought of that and they just, too many legal rights, can't get all the licensing together to make it happen. But it wouldn't be the weirdest thing they've ever done with these. Let me show you one that we watched recently. Now, this is a recent movie. This came out like within the last few years. I think it's a Tubi exclusive. That's how you know it's good. You know it's good when Tubi, it was made for Tubi, not Netflix, not made for TV, not straight to DVD. I don't even know if this got a DVD release. This was made for Tubi, so that's how you know it's going to be good. And just the name of it sold me. When I saw the name, I'm like, get it in my stable of movies, and let's check it out. So here we have Shark Side of the Moon.
This is tabula rasa to mission control. All systems running at 100%. Starting main engine.
See, we're already off to a bad start. We got a woman pilot here. The spaceship is gonna land upside down. All right, so even without the sharks on the shark side of the moon, this is a disaster movie already.
Everyone ready to go to the moon?
5, 4.
That ship is going to land upside
Mission
down.
control, you copy. We're not getting back on course. Great for net.
Called it. I fucking called it. She crashed it. I knew it. Look, we haven't even got to the sharks yet. Okay? We haven't even got to it.
See that?
Captain, I think you should see this.
There they are. And you know what's great about this? Is it's like it's kind of a good clip to play right after Street Sharks, because if you guys remember in that cartoon, the sharks would be burrowing under the pavement because, there's only so many episodes that you can make up an excuse for them to be out in the water, which they did. Don't think that they didn't make up some excuses to have them go to a wet location so they can actually be in the water. Although there was one that we watched where Jab, the hammerhead, Elon Mustard, as we're calling him, he went to Atlantis down in the deep blue sea, right? And had to wear a diving helmet, like a whole suit, like diving suit, diving helmet. Didn't really make sense. He's got gills. You can see them. He's a shark. He's half shark, whatever. But they made him wear a diving suit. This movie goes in the opposite direction, where these sharks that you see here burrowing around on the moon don't wear any suit at all. They can just somehow breathe in space. Well, obviously, it's budget, right? We don't have it in the budget to make giant helmets for our CGI sharks. It's CGI. You think they could just model them on the computer? No. We're already. We got to let these animators go. We're not paying them. We have to get them out of the studio before they figure it out.
Back to the ship.
Yeah.
Why are there sharks on the moon?
To be original.
Welcome to the moon.
And even the people don't have to wear suits. Everybody can breathe on the moon. Like, oxygen? What is it? You were expecting physics? You were expecting accurate science in your moon shark movie? You realize you clicked on Shark Side of the Moon, right? You do realize that's what you clicked on. Shark Side of the Moon. You were expecting any sort of adherence to reality. Well, you're in the wrong spaceship. It's too late now. Woman pilot, she already crash landed it upside down. Too late now. Here you are.
Where did they take him?
We are going home.
You're from Earth?
There you go. Look at it. Look at that mutant shark in all his glory. I mean, this, you know what? If you just took this freeze frame right here and told somebody, hey man, they're making a live action Street Sharks. What do you think? What do you think, man? Live, look at Jab. It's our boy Jab. It's Elon Mustard. It's Elon Mustard right here. It's Iron Sky. Well, Kulko, you're not too far off for our next movie that I'm going to show you. Okay? You're not too far off from our next movie talking about Iron Sky. Because see, this is Shark Side of the Moon. Even though it looks like maybe it could be the live action Street Sharks. You could tell somebody that if you want to play a joke on them. Iron Sky, though, which we watched on a previous channel surfing, or trailers for it anyway, watched on a previous channel surfing, involves Nazis on the moon. They weren't sharks. They were Nazis on the moon. This is sharks on the moon, okay? So you got to get your crazy, janky movies straight here. But that's not to say that we can't mix some Nazis with some sharks. They may not be on the moon, but they're in the sky.
It seems London is under attack. Several sky sharks.
You see that? Sky sharks. Is this England's 9/11? This is England's 9/11, okay? When the shark flew into Big Ben. And there was a second one. A second shark hit Big Ben just a few minutes later. But a lot of people say that there were explosives rigged in the clock tower. Because normally if a shark hits the clock tower at that angle, it's not going to knock it down. They hit the second Big Ben.
These are sharks, but they can fly.
They fly now? They fly now. And I think this was made either right around the same time as the Star Wars, or maybe even before. So Star Wars ripped off Sky Sharks with the whole they fly now thing.
You say?
There they are. Oh, did you think I was joking? Did you think I was kidding around? There it is. There's our flying Nazi shark. So even though they're not on the moon, okay, they may not be on the, not yet anyway. Not yet anyway. There's always room for a sequel, okay? In fact, I think we need to crowdfund it. I need this to happen. I need this to be a thing, okay? I'm not even joking. I know I've said a lot of stuff that you're like, are you serious, man? Like what? But in all kidding aside, I do own this on DVD. I do own Sky Sharks on DVD. I unironically love this movie. Okay, it's so much fun. Yeah, you think I was joking? Yeah, there you go. I see some O slashes. St. Adam, hail. Parker Parish, hail. Let's go. Wait, zombies too? For good measure, you know, why not? Why not? If you're gonna make your flying Nazi shark movie, put some zombies in. You gotta, you know, balance it out a little bit. It can't be all focused on sharks. We gotta have a little variety in there. All right. See, zombies too. So this movie has it all. Plus, it's got an all-star cast. Now, granted, most of the cast is just like cameos. They're in the movie for 5 minutes. They either get killed off or they're just on like a conference call or something. But you will recognize a lot of the actors in this movie, as brief as an appearance as they make. You'll see the guy who played Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat. He's in here for a little bit. Tony Todd is in here for a little bit. A few others, but yeah, it's a wild movie. Okay. And I have it on DVD. I've actually shown it in the Discord server once before, but we might have to do a repeat viewing because I think the first time I played it, I can't remember the size of the audience. It wasn't like a super small crowd, but it wasn't like what we get when we're watching X-Men the animated series, for instance. You know, that's a big crowd. We need a big crowd. We need a big crowd for Sky Sharks. You guys have to witness this, okay? It's not, you don't watch this movie, you witness it. All right? You experience it. Oh, and they cloak. I forgot about that too. They cloak. They can go invisible mode like the Predator. That's another thing. Why not? You know, they can fly. That's I guess I'll buy that. I don't know. They strapped them with some cybernetics and stuff too, but they got a cloak too. They have to be able to go invisible like a bird of prey from Star Trek.
I'm the best air marshal between Paris and Lyon. No flying fish stands between me and my passengers.
Famous last words, buddy. Famous last words.
Skies and the martial law is the only way that we can be safe.
There he is. That was almost all of his screen time right there. That you just saw that of Tony Todd. That was like half his screen time. They almost showed everything, spoilers and all.
Continue to work on the solution.
No, Elon Mustard, no. So yeah, Sky Sharks. This is a real movie. I don't know what else to say. Just it's Sky Sharks. It exists. It is real. They actually made this movie about flying zombie Nazi sharks that can cloak. And they somehow got like, I don't know if I'd call them A-list actors. You know, I say all-star cast. No, it's not like a bunch of A-listers or anything. But it's actors that you would recognize if you've watched a bunch of sci-fi, a bunch of horror movies, even, you know, whatever. What would you consider Mortal Kombat? I know it's a video game adaptation, but is it a martial arts movie? It's got a little bit of sci-fi fantasy elements in there for sure. You know, the characters all have like superpowers and stuff. But yeah, if you've watched a lot of those movies back in the day, then you will definitely recognize a lot of the cast members in here. It's not necessarily like A-listers, but what I would consider all-star just because I've watched a bunch of those B movies, you know, B movies. So I guess they're B-listers, right? B movies from back in the day. So yeah, this is a movie. It is a movie. It exists. It's real. We're gonna watch it again, okay? Because I have shown it once before. We're gonna watch it again. I wonder if I could get away with putting it on YouTube. I'm not sure. You would think that the studio, whoever put this out, I don't know if they're like a big studio, if they even still exist. It probably blew the budget on this movie, so maybe there's nothing to claim, you know, no copyright to claim. I don't know. I'll give it a shot. I'll do like a test upload and see if I can put it over on the second channel. We'll do a movie night over there. But yeah, you guys have to witness this. You guys have to witness this movie. You don't watch this movie, you witness this movie. And I need everyone to witness this, okay? Because we've got to hail our shark overlords, okay? I for one welcome our new zombie shark overlords, okay? I want one. You know? I want to take this thing to work.
Washington. One more. The one I wanted to share most, but had a hard time finding an appropriate video.
Oh, thank you, Michael Russell. Appreciate it, man. Hopefully they're short clips. I can't play too long of clips off of $2 donations. I gotta keep it appropriate, or what's the word I'm looking for? Where it's like the same level of whatever. I don't know, man. I'm spacing out, but yeah, I want one of these. I want to ride this into work. I want to take it to my job. All right. So yeah, we got Sky Sharks, man. It's some janky stuff, but it's a lot of fun. We're gonna watch that one again. Shark Side of the Moon. I don't know if I would really want to watch that again, because we did watch that one as well. That it's not just a random trailer that I found. I did exactly what I described. I saw the title. I saw Shark Side of the Moon while I was scrolling on Tubi, and it's on Tubi, as it says. It's a Tubi original, and there's a lot of junk on Tubi, and I was looking for junk. Okay, that's what I was looking for. I was like, it's like dumpster diving. You know, it's the movie equivalent of dumpster diving when you're just browsing Tubi. You know, when you're just browsing it and just scrolling to see like what they have. You're not looking for something specific in the search bar. You're just browsing. It's like dumpster diving. And yeah, Tubi is a landfill. Exactly, Joshua. And that's what I was doing. And as soon as I saw the title, Shark Side of the Moon, I knew that that movie was for me. And it was funny. Like it was definitely fun to riff on because we watched it with a group, you know, and we were riffing the hell out of it. I mean, we tore that movie to pieces. Much like a shark would, right? Boo, get him off the stage. But yeah, you know, I don't know if I would watch that one again. Whereas Sky Sharks, I've seen it a few times already and I will watch it again. Especially with the bacon ears. That just makes everything better. All right, let's get into the second half of the show. Let's check out what you guys have sent in here. We're about an hour in already. I must have spent more time bitching and moaning than I realized. So yeah, we're an hour into the stream already. Let's get into the second half of the show. We do have a pretty decent list. And again, I appreciate all the support. I really do. But I also understand that this isn't the best theme. I think I've broken the streak. We had a streak going where every week it was an awesome theme where people were just like, you know, really excited about it and sending in a whole bunch of stuff for us to watch. And I think I broke that streak with this one. But it is what it is. I do appreciate those of you that have sent things in today. Let me refresh the list and make sure I'm not skipping anyone, even though we're just now getting started. But I want to make sure I'm actually at the bottom of the list here. Okay, here we go. We're going to start out with Hiei Oni, who says, ask and ye shall receive.
One, start.
Wait, is this just the game? I thought maybe it was like a trailer or something. Where do we get? Okay. Fast forward a bit. Oh, damn. Gated jellyfish. I didn't even take that into consideration. Underwater video games like BioShock.
Mine is the terror of all the weeps. They can't handle this action.
Oh, that. I don't know. There's a lot. I could guess a lot of things, man. That's crazy. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. That visit from Krista there. Yeah, I didn't even think about video games. There are some good underwater video games. BioShock comes to mind. But yeah, Metal Slug is a classic. This is kind of like a much more cartoony version of Contra. Honestly, I think this one's more fun than Contra. Contra is kind of bare bones. I don't know if they still make like reboots or sequels to Contra, but maybe it's gotten better. But comparing the Metal Slug arcades to the Contra games that I would play like on the NES and the Super Nintendo, this blew it out of the water for me. Oh shit! And I didn't even mean to make that one. I wasn't even thinking ahead. Didn't even mean to make that pun. The hook. I see it coming. They're about to hook me off the stage here with a fish hook. Boo! You know, the music is also kind of making me realize.
Where's triplets?
Triplets?
Fever.
Shape of water but evil wrangling.
Let's go. I'm glad so many different pop-ups are broken tonight. That's just making everything better. Normally the triplets one has been working fine, but it didn't pop up at all. And I noticed a couple others like either didn't pop up or popped up at the last minute. Like multiple. It's not just one that's broken. Normally the stream picks one to break, and now it's like half of them are broken. It's probably because I was fucking around with it, changing a bunch of shit. I'm gonna stop doing that. All right, I'm gonna put everything back the way it was. We're changing the name back to Orbital Bacon. We're changing all the super chat options back, and you guys are just gonna have to fucking deal with it. Anyway, I was gonna say the music in the background. It made me realize a sort of a missed opportunity. I could have played one of the underwater themes, some very well-known underwater themes from video games, like Donkey Kong Country had an awesome underwater theme.
If we're doing games, try XCOM Terror from the Deep, a game unplayable without
mods. And it's actually called Terror from the Deep. Man, I didn't know there was anything actually called Terror from the Deep. I was just trying to make like a general name to describe the stream. Why does it say Barbie? It's the name of the eels. Like if you notice, these giant eels are in cages. They each have a name. So there was like Helen and Jenny and now Barbie. It's just the eel names. Because Metal Slug is I mentioned it was very cartoony, but it's got a sense of humor. I mean, you can kind of tell by the graphics. It reminds me of Earthworm Jim, that style of humor, a lot of visual gags, you know, so especially because it's a video game, so it's not like they're going to sit there and tell you a joke, like talk to you and tell you a joke. So as you go through the level, much like in Earthworm Jim, you'll notice a bunch of visual gags, visual puns, things like that. And this is just a visual gag that these giant eels are kept in cages along the cliff wall with their name above it as if it was a doghouse or something. But yeah, it's making me think that I should have used one of those underwater themes like from Donkey Kong Country or Super Mario 64, the Dire Docks. You guys remember that? Dire Docks from Super Mario 64. Coco says, good to hear that the Orbital Bacon name comes back. It has more personality. Yeah, man, you know, I was messing around. I was like, hey, let me see what these different names look like. I thought I could just change my name as many times as I wanted. I didn't know that YouTube puts a limit on it, because you can change your avatar and your banner, because I was also messing with those too. I was also like, oh, maybe I'll try a new avatar because I've had the same one for a while. Maybe I'll update the banner. And I tried like a couple different ones, and then I was like, no, you know, I'm going to put them back. I'm going to put them back. And it lets you do those as many times. You know, you just keep changing the banner, keep changing your profile picture. It doesn't matter. And so while I was doing that, while I was testing out different banners and things like that, I was like, hey, let me see what a different name, a display name would look like with that new banner. And so I go through a couple of names, a couple of banners, and I go, no, these aren't that good. I'm gonna put them back, because I just wanted to see what they look like. And I'm like, I'm just gonna put them back. And so the banner goes back. You know, like this is like the third or fourth time. You know, banner goes back, it's fine. Profile picture goes back, that's fine. And then I go to change the name back, and YouTube says, oh no, you can only change your name 2 times in a 2-week period. 14 days is what they say. You have to, they said, they put a thing, a little like notification up, said no. You know, I hit save, and it said no. You have to wait 14 days to change your name again. You can only change it twice before we restrict it, which I have no idea. That doesn't make any sense to me, especially when you can change other details. Because I was doing other stuff with the channel layout too. I was moving the playlist around. You know, I was doing a whole bunch of stuff, like just trying to breathe some new life into the channel. Just, you know, I guess like when you go into a store and they've moved shelves around, they still, it's really like a grocery store, you know, like they're selling the same shit. Nothing has changed, but they move the shelves around, so you think it's new.
This one managed to sneak up on me when I played this game.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Crossfire. But yeah, you know, like I'm sure you guys have gone into a store before and you've seen how they move stuff around. They still sell the same shit, but they moved it around. So, it's new, feels new. So I was kind of going with that mindset. I got suckered into it, right? That like stupid mentality of, I'll just shuffle some stuff around and it'll make it seem new. Nah. And I didn't even like it too. That's the thing. I guess because I'm like OCD, I'm like, no, I like it back the way it was. I want it back the way it was. And everything else, they were like, okay, you can put your playlist back, you can put your banner, you can put your profile, but not your name. That you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks. So apologies for the confusion. I know it sucks. We're about a week already. I think tomorrow will mark 1 week. So not Sterner stuff day after tomorrow, but the next Sterner stuff. By that time, we'll be back to normal. So apologies for the confusion there, guys. It should still cut. Like if you search Orbital Bacon, I'm pretty sure I still come up because I still have the tag. Everything else is the same. They just won't let me change my display name. Sorry, a little bit of a rant there. A little bit of a rant, but it annoyed me because, you know, why restrict that? And of all things, like it just, anyway, back to the underwater stuff. But yeah, sorry for the confusion there, guys. Yeah, Walmart's a big example of moving stuff around. They sell the same old shit, just moving around. Painting and Rambling is up next, says completely off topic, but a Kilokahn SMC crossover that needed to be shared. Okay, so this is, see, this, I'm not even, look, Painting and Rambling, I'm not even mad.
You're really
this
stacked,
actually,
aren't you?
Praise the Lord and pass the ammunition.
Oh, let's go. Thank you, Taverns Pool. Appreciate it, man. I'm not even mad because this just confirms that it's not a good theme. The second one on the list, the second super chat to come in is just like, this isn't even on topic. This is completely something else. Just completely random. Don't worry, guys. I won't do underwater stuff again. All right, supposed to skip to 9:40. Let's see. I do like Kilokahn. Let's see what we got here.
1000, a product of Mega Micro Industries.
Sorry, not my fault.
You zapped me!
Simply static electricity. Now please step away from the unit. This room is off limits to unauthorized personnel.
This is a joke, right?
Exit, meat thing!
Whoa, he's called him a meat thing. I was wondering, I'm like, where's the Kilokahn reference? Is it just because he's talking to like a computer? But that could be like HAL 9000. That, you know, there's a lot of evil computers in movies and TV shows. But then he called him a meat thing. There we go. That is very specific to Kilokahn. Tim Curry. He even changed his voice. You could tell that's not Tim Curry, but he even changed his voice real quick there, and sounded like him a little bit, like they were going for. You know what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. We know what they were doing. Hell yeah. Thank you, Painting and Rambling. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, let me refresh the page. We don't want to skip anybody. Let's see. Oh, goodness. I would have skipped quite a few. My goodness. Painting and Rambling, we got a back-to-back. Says, I remember the series. I never knew it was a movie. That happens a lot. And, you know, sometimes the other way around, like it's a movie, but didn't know it had a series. Like for the longest time, I got to tell you guys, this is off topic too. Since we just watched something off topic, hey, why not continue that? I just learned recently that there was a RoboCop TV show, and I don't mean the cartoons because I played the cartoons, both the one from the 80s and Alpha Commando from the late 90s, which in my opinion is the better one. I love Alpha Commando. It's super cheesy, super janky, but I love it because it's so entertaining. And that's where we got the quote, RoboCop public destroyer of Christmas, you know? So I love Alpha Commando. But no, there was a live action TV show. And I did not know this until recently.
Freak shows are terrifying, right? Well, being under the sea makes it worse.
Ooh, I don't like the sound of that, Crossfire. An underwater freak show? Is there like a circus underwater? Like, ugh. Yeah, because a lot of times freak shows would already have like the what was it, like the man fish or whatever. It's basically like a mermaid, but it would be like a mannequin that they sewed part of a fish onto, try to make it look like body horror, but it'd be really cheesy. I feel like it's gonna be something like that. But yeah, when it comes to movie you didn't know had a series, or series that didn't know you had a movie, RoboCop was like that for me. And spoiler warning, quick little spoiler warning here, is that that live action RoboCop series, to my knowledge, can be played on YouTube. So look for that coming over to Bacon Bits soon. All right, let's see what this is.
Come with me. Come with me. on a voyage to the bottom of the sea.
This looks awesome.
You are there when the entire sky catches on fire, the burning Van Allen belt threatening to destroy the universe. You are there in a deadly rain of disintegrating icebergs. Not even the soaring imagination of a Jules Verne could have dreamed of such a fantastic adventure. In an atom-powered submarine that defies description.
You've seen the brain of the sub. In here is the heart, the atomic motor room.
Yeah, I was about to say, Caster Hopper, you either played this or something very similar to this recently. So this was the one you played? This looks awesome.
There is more destructive force in this room than in all the explosive used in World War II.
With a cast as exciting as the wonders they encountered. Walter Pidgeon.
We hope to see sights never before seen by man.
Joan Fontaine.
I say, the belt will burn itself out at 173 degrees.
Joan Fontaine, and it's somebody else talking. It's just her staring off.
It will burn itself out.
Barbara Eden. Peter Lorre.
Sounds like Suko.
Damn, this is a good cast, too.
Robert Sterling.
If I'm to meet your deadline of the Marianas, I need fighters, not fatalists.
Michael Ansara. And Frankie Avalon.
With due respect, sir, I think your judgment's been a little rocky lately.
Why, you gold-bricking pipsqueak.
Fuck you, bitch.
Sir, I think your judgment's been a little rocky lately.
Why, you gold-bricking pipsqueak.
Damn. Smack the shit out of him. Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea. Yeah, Caster Hopper showed that one recently. I got to see that again. I missed a lot of parts of it. I'm always like, I always have the movies on while I'm like multitasking, you know, listening to them in the background. And if something sounds interesting, I'll take a peek in, right? I need to actually sit down and watch that one. That looks like a lot of fun. Classic. What is that? 1968? That's old school. A lot older than me. Way before my time, but it looks like fun. Thank you, Painting and Rambling, for that one. Michael Russum is up next and says, not my usual, but I think it's pretty cool. What could that be? Is there a lot of like Eldritch horror, you know, Cthulhu type, the old ones, you know what I'm talking about? Have they made a lot of those types of movies that focus on the ocean or things from the deep? I know there's been a couple of movies that do have elements of the old ones and Cthulhu and Eldritch horror, whatever it's called, Eldritch, I think, is, if I'm pronouncing that right. 1962. Oh shit, it's even older than I thought. But I wonder how many of them actually focus on like underwater stuff, because a lot of them are meant to come from the deep ocean. Some anyway. But yeah, like there's one I think it's called The Void that is like Eldritch horror, but it all takes place in like a hospital. They're opening a portal to the other realm where these old gods can come through, these old ones can come through. But I think an underwater one would be really cool. Yeah, I'm playing some Metallica. Yeah, it's I think it's AI art too. That's what I was thinking too, man. Tomer. I was like, I think this is AI. Saint Adam, you've seen The Void? You're probably the only other person I know that has seen The Void. Nobody. I've asked a lot of people. Nobody knows about that movie. It's a good movie though. It is. It's like I think 2016-ish. You know, mid 2010s is when it came out. But it was actually really, really fun. Yeah, and kind of creepy. Yeah, it was kind of creepy too. And it had a lot of cool practical effects. I mean, there's some CGI, you know, like any modern movie does, but a lot of practical costumes and effects.
No shucks, but one jawsome 80s movie.
Let's go. It doesn't just have to be sharks, Grumpy Monk. I appreciate that. You got the Boglum dancing there. It doesn't have to just be sharks. That's just what I chose for my preview clips, was the shark stuff. But there's a whole bunch of underwater stuff. I mean, we did a whole Piranha Day on Saturday. Caster Hopper was playing a whole ton of Piranha movies, and that was a lot of fun. And then, you know, there's gators, there's killer whales, orcas, whatever you want to call them. And yeah, now I'm wondering if there are any Cthulhu-style movies. The Void is on Tubi. It wasn't made for Tubi, though. So, I mean, don't let that fool you as far as to the quality of the movie. It's actually pretty good. All right, Tavern's Pool is up next. Birthday Boy, hopefully you're having a good birthday, man. Says, gotta love the movie where we heard Betty White swear for the first time. Now, was this actually, because I think I know what this is this actually where she swore for the first time? Kind of shocking.
It has existed since prehistoric times. It was worshipped by primitive cultures. It can kill a man with one crushing bite.
We heard a man was bit in half.
Any recent bear attacks?
Bears don't attack people underwater.
Probably a fever then.
Maybe it's a fever
Whoever's
bear.
out there who shot with this is dead.
Oh no.
Wait, is that Monk? Hold on, is that Monk from Gangs of New York?
Whoever's out there who shot with this is dead.
Oh no.
It is. Holy shit, we were just watching Gangs of New York. That's crazy. He's going to put another notch in his club when he kills that gator. A new notch. A new notch for that gator.
Sheriff, how many deputies you got?
And then that's, oh shit, I'm blanking on the actor's name. He was in Independence Day. This probably came after Independence Day. You know, that happens a lot. You know, big movie will come out. You think this actor's going to blow up, but then they just get relegated to B movies afterwards. Bill Pullman. Thank you. That's his name. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Bill Pullman. That's what happened to him.
You came here to help you find it.
We can't let him kill it. Experience a Spaceballs mystery.
Do you have any theories why he's here?
Honestly, I don't know.
Well, then I guess it's, you know, from B movies you came and to B movies you shall return. All right, I guess that's what it was. You know, you came from the B movies, you shall return to the B movies, good sir.
And a few parts missing.
It's a human toe.
Is this the man who was killed? He seemed taller.
Oh my God.
Bill Pullman.
Shoot him!
No! How much of a wacko is this guy? Bridget Fonda.
Mother!
Oliver Platt.
Maybe he swam back out!
Maybe not. I just have this feeling everything's totally safe.
This summer, the Earth's oldest creature has just...
That's the weirdest thing to say. I just have a feeling that everything's totally safe. You might as well say, like, please come kill me, monster. Just say, I'm ready to be eaten. I'm ready to be eaten, guys. I have a feeling everything is totally safe. I'm ready to be eaten.
Just found a new home.
Hurry up!
Go under!
Lake Placid.
And they didn't really show Betty White too much in this trailer here, but wasn't shit. I don't know. Should I spoil it? I mean, you guys have all seen this, right? You know the twist, quote unquote, if you could even call it that. I mean, it's like the closest thing to a twist in this movie. It's pretty straightforward. But yeah, it was like oh, she's after this. Should I keep it going? Wasn't the gator her pet? No, they don't show anything. They don't show anything. But yeah, it was like her pet or something. She was feeding people to it. Are there sequels? Is there a Lake Placid 2? No, that's all right, Tavern's Pool. I mean, I'm pretty sure this was one of those movies. It was like big for its opening weekend, I guess. Like for a horror movie. I don't know the actual box office. I'm sure it didn't get good reviews by the critics, but I remember me and all my friends, like everybody at school, like everybody was talking about it. Lake Placid. It was all the rage for like a day. So thank you, man. Nerdic Warrior is up next. Says, my ticket for tonight. He got on board the BOOGA train. Says, somehow I doubt this could be made today. I always like the sound of that. If you know, you know. I do know. I like the sound of that. Let's see what you got. I always like it when something can't be made today. That means it's probably good.
They're coming. Humanoids from the deep. A tidal wave of rampaging creatures surges from the dark and violent sea to conquer the earth.
Oh, damn, ripped his face off.
Enough to perceive matter
I want to take his face off.
as a competitor.
Oh, shit. Are they... Wait, whoa, hell, hold on a second. I didn't realize... This is a movie trailer. How are they allowed to show boobs in the movie trailer? It's not even a red band. Give me the red band. Oh, damn. I'm scrubbing through this. I'm glad I took it off the screen. There's more nudity in this trailer. All right. Let's see if I can... Is there... Nope. There's more there. Holy shit. All right. Whoops. Whoopsie. Whoopsie there. Didn't know. It says trailer. It says theatrical. It says theatrical trailer on here. On the description of the video, or not even just the title of the video. It says theatrical trailer. This had to have been a red band or something, or maybe they just didn't give a fuck back then. You know, maybe back in 1980, they were just like, fuck it, we'll put the boobs in the trailer. We got to get butts and seats. I don't know. My goodness. Humanoids from the deep. I don't know if this counts as the Eldritch horror I was asking for. This is more like Creature from the Black Lagoon mixed with a slasher flick. That's probably another one that I should have gotten a clip for. You know, classic Universal monster, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Good underwater horror movie. It didn't most of it didn't really take place underwater. Very, very little of it did, in fact. But I still liked it. I actually liked Creature. He was one of my favorite Universal monsters. You know, of course, Dracula. He's up there. I didn't really like the Wolfman back then, or the Mummy. It wasn't until the Brendan Fraser Mummy and probably Underworld with Kate Beckinsale. I think that's her name. Then I'm like, okay, werewolves are pretty cool. And the Brendan Fraser Mummy, I'm like, okay, the mummies are pretty cool. Back in the day, I really only liked Dracula and Creature from the Black Lagoon. Thank you, Nerdic Warrior, for the boobs. You know, just kidding. No, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Ticket to Ride there. And I've probably seen that movie at some point. It sounds really familiar, and I've seen a whole bunch of these underwater horror movies, B movies, whatever. So I've probably seen it at some point and just forgot about it. But it does look like it'd be fun to riff on with the bacon ears. We got to get a watch party going for that. Painting and Rambling is up next as one of the most jank movies ever, still well known. So not just in the theme, but you're just saying ever. Not just the jank for the underwater, but jank ever.
Rage is the power of George Washington.
Next time, when facing the next terror of the deep, call these.
Oh, it's like underwater Ghostbusters? I'm surprised. Wait, there's got to be a ghost shark movie. And no, I'm not talking about Ouija Shark. That movie's retarded. Talking about like an actual, isn't there like a ghost shark movie where the shark is like a spectral?
Watch Jack. He thinks in that strong rock.
There's plenty of Cuban sugar, though.
Here's what happened. The general beat his friend Castro to the Cuban treasury. The strongbox...
Oh, it's called Ghost Shark? So there's just a movie called Ghost Shark. You know, I should have kept looking around on Tubi. I got too eager. I saw Shark Side of the Moon. I dove right in. I should have kept scrolling. I probably would have found Ghost Shark.
Bucks is now on this boat. So are a deported American gangster and his mom.
His what? His mom? A deported gangster? So the deportations have begun. When did this movie come out? When did this movie come out? They were getting it done back then. Deporting the criminals and their moms.
And lurking in the depths.
Booga, booga, booga!
Your wish is my command. Now gimme back my...
Your beer? You can have it, dude. I don't drink either. I've never been a drinker like you know, when you're in high school, you try out beer, or you know, a party, all your friends are drinking, whatever. I tried it, I was just like, oh, this sucks. I hate it. I hate the taste, I hate the way it makes me feel. I never was a drinker, but I did have to stop smoking weed. I'm on
You want underwater Eldritch horror? Mr. Price can provide.
Oh, hell yeah. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. So yeah, you have your beer back, man. I never drank beer, but I did quit weed recently. I'm on week 2 of sobriety.
Is the creature from the haunted sea.
You're a crazy mixed up kid.
I am perfectly adjusted to my life of crime.
Don't worry, Mary Bell. I'll save you.
All right, be calm, everybody. The boat's insured.
I can't tell if this is meant to be serious or not. It seems like a comedy. Killers hunt Cubans. Monster likes them both. This has got to be a joke. This is a gag. Is this for real? Monster likes them both. Yes, Cuban B. Cuban B. All right, thank you, Painting and Rambling, for that jank right there. Yeah, you weren't kidding around when you said that was one of the most jank movies ever. It's to the point where I can't even tell if they were attempting to be serious or not. That's pretty bad. But thank you, though. Michael Russum is up next, says a classic. Always in for a classic here. This ought to be good.
Science hunts Amazon Gilman.
Oh, hell yeah, I was just talking about this guy.
This is exactly as it was 150 million years ago when it was part of the
My favorite.
era.
As man continues his conquest of the unknown, daring underwater adventurers challenge the world's most treacherous waters to find the only living link with the beginning of time. Creature from the Black Lagoon, rising from the monstrous depths to astound and terrorize the world. No. Feel the frightening fury.
I mean, it looks kind of goofy now. Maybe more than kind of. Maybe it looks a lot goofy now. I don't know. But when I was a kid, I thought this monster looked so cool. Especially when you compared him to like the Wolfman. You know, the Wolfman definitely looked goofy. Even as a kid, I was like, man, Wolfman looks kind of silly. You know, the Mummy looked kind of silly. But I thought the creature looked so cool.
Story of a man-beast, aroused to strange emotions by its first sight of a woman.
And of course he's a baconeer. Of course he's one of us. He says aroused strange feelings at the sight of a woman. Of course. No wonder I like this guy. He's one of us. Wrangled. Oh, he just wrangled the fucking 10-point dive wrangle right off the boat. Those guys didn't even try to stop him, too. They're like, can you please take her? Just get her out of here.
Its first sight of a woman.
They're like, oh, no, stop, don't.
See underwater thrills never filmed before. Amazing underwater battles never dreamed of before. Creature from the Black Lagoon.
And they ended up making a couple of sequels to this as well. At least one. I don't know how many in total. But I know that there was at least one, and they did 3D. You know, it was the style at the time. Jaws 3D and all that. And there was a creature movie in 3D. And it was so bad. I know like most 3D movies, especially the older ones, because they're like, oh, we got to do stuff for the 3D. So they'll throw stuff at the camera, or, you know, things will explode and come flying at the camera. But the creature movie especially, it was like extra bad because they would just like, they would take the harpoon and just needlessly point it at the camera for what seemed like ages, seemed like 5 minutes. It's probably like 10 seconds or something, but seemed like they were just holding it there for 5 seconds. Just like, is it in your face yet? Is it in your face yet? And those classic 3D movies. Yeah, Revenge of the Creature, and the creature walks among us. Yeah.
Starring Richard Carlson and Julia Adams, the screen's first underwater 3D.
Oh, look. Oh, no, this one too. This one is 3D too.
Terror from the depths of insanity counts, right?
Oh yeah. Whatever you got. Look, we're gonna stretch a little bit. We're gonna fudge it, fudge the rules, blur the lines, whatever you want to call it, because I know that this isn't, the top of everyone's wheelhouse of knowledge, right? A lot of the themes that we've had previously, like with Kung Fu movies, everybody's seen a bunch of Kung Fu movies, a bunch of different ones. So we had all, good variety. But I think this might be a little too either obscure and or specific. And so I know it's not at the top of everyone's wheelhouse. So, blur the lines if you need to, think outside the bun, whatever the expression is. That's a Taco Bell slogan. So we got two from here from Michael Russum. Says, I like both new and old versions. Yeah, I'm sure some stuff has gotten reboots by now. Is that the Kraken? Waifu sacrifice. The monster rising out of the ocean. I think it's the Kraken. That guy's loving it, man. He's having a great time. Ew, does it have legs? Does it have like crab legs? I thought it just had more of like an eel snake tail. He looks a little bit like Orga in the face. You guys remember Godzilla 2000? Orga, which I think was meant to be based on sea life because it looked like a jellyfish when it first started mutating out or hatching out or whatever from the UFO pod. And then it grew into the final form, which they just called Orga. And I think Orga is short for like organic mutation or something. I don't think it actually has anything to do with like orca, like killer whales. But the face here, this face of the Kraken, kind of looks like Orga to me. Cloverfield monster. Yeah, it kind of looks like a Cloverfield monster. See, that's the thing, man. A lot of these more modern movies, I mean, this is 2010, so it's shit. It's already like 15 years old. But a lot of these ones where they use the CGI like entirely, there's no practical effects at all. There's a lot of samey looking monsters, like the Cloverfield monster, this particular version of the Kraken. A lot of like samey looking monsters in all these CGI creations. That's cool though. Clash of the Titans. Now I get what you meant when you said you like the new and the old. I have not seen that new one. And you think I would because I love Clash of the Titans, like the original, the Ray Harryhausen version with all the claymation and stop motion for the monsters and the skeletons and Medusa. It was great. Loved that movie. I've got it on DVD. I've seen it countless times. I used to watch it on TBS back in the day. I think it was It was one of the Turner networks back in the day. They would play it like every Sunday afternoon, it seemed like. So yeah, watch the hell out of that movie, but haven't seen the new one because a lot of times reboots just aren't that good. But that one looked okay. I was kind of ragging on the samey looking monster face there, but it looks interesting. And 2010 was before things got like hyper woke. It's getting there in 2010, but it wasn't quite full force yet. So it might actually be worth checking out. Thank you, Michael, for that one. Duo Maxwell is up next and says the shark still looks fake, implying that it looked fake back then. And of course it's going to now. I mean, you just as you get older, your eyes pick up more stuff. You know, when you're a kid, you kind of like, oh, is that a real monster? You know, things can scare you, whatever. But yeah, as you get older, you're just like, oh, look, I can see the zipper. I can see that he's wearing a suit, the rubber suit. But yeah, the shark still looks fake. Let's see what you got.
Jaws made you afraid to go in the water. Jaws 2 made you afraid to go back in the water. Jaws 3D was a new dimension in terror. In Jaws 4: The Revenge, it was personal. Then it was just business. Then pure pleasure. Cyber Jaws made you afraid to log on.
Is this a parody?
And Robo Jaws made you afraid of robotic sharks. Then Chief Brody's grandson assembled a super team of shark hunters. Jaws 10, it was man versus shark versus all the terrors of the deep. Outer space.
They said the thing. They said the thing. Terrors of the deep.
And then a new era in terror began. Jaws started a family. Battled a Russian shark named Ivan Sharkovsky, took a bite out of the Big Apple, and learned about love from a mysterious stranger. Jaws 18 Origins, the mind-blowing reboot. Now, the oceans are disappearing, and to save their home, the sharks must attack. Jaws 19. This time, it's really, really personal.
Is that all there is to this? Okay. No, that... As soon as they show a shark, it's over. So that was just a bunch of titles and a gag. My goodness. Thank you, Duo Maxwell. Painting and Rambling is up next. It's just for laughs. We could use one. No! I can't. I'm sorry. I don't want to risk it. Since I saw that trailer earlier that just, hey, we're gonna do a Red Band trailer without the Red Band. Can't take anything too cautiously here. This is a prank video, though. This is a prank video. Is there anything worth looking at in here? Now that looks fake. Now that's fake. Here, I'll just play this a little bit. There's no way, man. See, that looks fake. That's fake. Thank you, Painting and Rambling. Actually, we got back to back here for another one from Painting and Rambling. It says French shark cartoon, probably copyright issues, but the first episode is full of frosted flakes. Are you saying copyright issues for like a full episode, or am I gonna get copyright issues just for playing whatever this is? Oh, this is a full episode. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on a second here. I can't do it. I can't do it. Is there a shark? Is there what's in this show, man? This looks janky as hell. This looks so bad. What is going on with this animation? What is this? This looks so bad. Look at this. Look at this, chat. What is going on? What is even going on? This looks so bad. You said it was French, though. I mean, I guess that sort of makes sense. That sort of makes sense. It's French. Why it's so janky and weird. Yeah, there's definitely going to be copyright issues, though, because this is a full episode, so I don't even know what is allowed to be played and what's not. It's very hit or miss with this stuff. You do have, let's see. They do have mermaids in here. They look janky. Everything about this looks janky, man. Why does she have a crossbow? Look at that. What? There's so many questions. Okay, there's so many questions in this single frame. This mermaid who looks psycho, beyond janky, psycho. She's holding a crossbow. There's like a banana in the water. I think that's a carrot back there. So there's like a monkey or something drowning. There's a bite taken out of her tail. Who took the bite out of her tail? Why is there fruits and vegetables in the water? And why the crossbow? So many questions. So many questions here. Wait, so just crossbow wars? And they shoot eels? I didn't see the eel on there. Where did the eel come from? Why they? Yeah, you know what? We're gonna leave this one in France. We're gonna leave this one in France, okay? You just stay there. You stay there in France. We're good here. We're gonna leave that one behind, okay? Get back on the boat. Everybody out of the water. Everybody out of the pool. Get back in the boat. We're leaving. We're leaving that one in France. Thank you, Painting and Rambling. Yeah, don't ask questions. There are no answers. Exactly, Neo. Sometimes it's just best not to ask. No, thank you, Painting and Rambling, man. I like random stuff. That was certainly random. That was certainly, bizarre. Prince of the Abyss is up next. Says, this is my contribution, a jank-tastic classic. Also, happy birthday to T-Pool. Yeah, happy birthday once again, Taverns Pool. Hope you're having a good one, man. Let's see this jank-tastic classic. It better not be what we were just watching. Are you sending me French cartoons too? What the hell is this? Okay, no. Oh, no, wait a minute. I recognize the name of this movie. I'm going to have to scrub this trailer, even though this one has a green band. So it should be okay. All right, so here's Humanoids from the Deep once again. This time with a green band trailer, so we should be okay. But I'm keeping my finger on the button. I am keeping my finger on the button. I will take this down in a split second if anything happens.
Humanoids from the Deep.
It's just right away. I mean, at least she was
They began in the
clothed or
water.
whatever, but
They're not
cameraman's just
human,
like right up
but they
her ass.
hunt human women. Not
Just
for
the
killing,
women?
for mating.
Why the
Oh
girls?
no.
It's my theory that these creatures are driven to mate with man now, in order to
Wait,
further
and the
develop
men
their
too?
incredible evolution.
Humanoids from
They're
the Deep.
gay.
Anywhere
I
you
see his
run,
brain?
any place you hide, any time you stop.
Finger on the button. Okay, never mind. They blew her up. She exploded.
Humanoids
Wait,
from
yeah,
the
no,
Deep.
I've definitely seen this movie because I remember that scene where they're sliding on the dock. That right there. I know I've seen this. This is like burned into my brain because it was actually, as a young bacon bit, that's actually kind of scary. You think like the dock's just gonna collapse out from under you. You're gonna fall into the water where all the monsters are and stuff. I had no business seeing this movie when I was younger. No business at all. Where were my parents? But no, I remember this scene. I've definitely seen this before. It's crazy. Crazy, man. Crazy. All right. Thank you. Prince of the Abyss for that one. It is janktastic, to be sure. It wouldn't seem scary now because it is like really cheesy looking. Yeah, definitely not something for the youngins. Taverns Pool is up next. The birthday boy's here. Let's go. It says, hey man, I love underwater jank movies, shark movies, piranha, giants, snakes, and alligators, especially the ones from Asylum. All right, well, which that's like a roulette wheel or something. Which one are we gonna land on? Which one are we gonna land on here in that?
Welcome to the Shining Sea Aquarium.
I'm checking to make sure that all of those medications that you received from our facility
He's got
were
all of
destroyed.
them?
Yeah, I handled it myself.
100 micrograms now!
Here!
We had an animal that had a severe adverse reaction to the dosage.
You're saying this was an octopus?
Oh shit. Oh
Something
shit.
is up
Oh
with the
no. No, dolphins are evil, man. Dolphins they're vicious on their own. They don't need any like weird chemical reactions or whatever the plot line of this movie. Like dolphins like stay away.
We may have a viral outbreak on our hands. but we need to get out of here.
Would you stop?
What was that? They're trying to compromise the tank.
The seals, even the seals are evil.
Lockdown, what do you mean? We're stuck here?
They're dead, but not dead.
Look at it. Oh my goodness. Just look at this thing. This looks glorious. My goodness. This looks glorious. Look at all the janky CGI. They got all of the aquatic life in the aquarium in on this one. I thought you were just listing all the different types of underwater B movies. You know, you're like, oh, you got sharks, you got piranha, you know, this and that, snakes, alligators. No, this movie has it all. The aquarium is haunted. It's called the Aquarium of the Dead. Aquarium of the Dead, the aptly named Aquarium of the Jank. Look at this CGI.
Rage is the power of George Washington.
Terror from the deep space.
Oh, hey, I see what you did there. I see what you did there, Green Raptor. All right, thank you, man. Thank you. No, this one's going on the watch list for sure. The Asylum makes all sorts of cheese. I talked about it earlier. They're like a cheese factory. They're just cranking out these laughably bad movies, and they skate the line. You know, they're like right on the line there of being too self-aware, where they're like, hey, we're going to make it bad on purpose. Where I think they're actually trying to make the movie entertaining, not necessarily bad on purpose. They want it to be entertaining, but their level of quality control, you know, like the standard where, you know, the bar, if you will, is just set really low. Like they're like, oh, I don't care if it looks bad, you know? So they're probably self-aware in the regard that they're like, yeah, this is going to be bad, but they're not trying to be bad. So it's also, yeah, budget, of course. Budget is part of it. That's like what they, it's like their business model. I think that's a good way to describe it, is the Asylum. Their business model is to make the movies as cheap as possible so they can just, because they have so many. This studio, I don't even think has been around that long when you compare it to some of the big ones like, you know, Warner Brothers, Universal, all those, you know, they've been around for decades and decades. I mean, Asylum's probably been around for at least a decade, maybe two. But, you know, just nothing compared to some of these older studios that are more established and have bigger budgets. But in that short time, the reason I mention that is because in that short time, they've put out more movies than a lot of established studios. You know what I mean? So at least some of the smaller ones. So yeah, it's all about budget. And so, yeah, they're not like trying to make the movie bad. They just don't care if it comes out bad. But there's usually a lot of creativity. I showed you guys the Shark of the Moon. That was from Asylum. I showed you that trailer earlier. Same thing there. Like, the budget was low. It's obviously got a lot of jank, you know, CGI, even just physics elements, you know, like breathing on the moon. Very jank, very cheesy. But it's creative. You know, they had these like shark mutants that were escaping this Russian lab. And in order to save them from, or really save the Earth, really, from them getting out and spreading all over the Earth, they launch them into a rocket. That's how they got on the moon. Not really spoiling anything. This is literally how the movie starts. And then the woman pilot, fast forward, 20 years in the future, and there's a woman piloting a spaceship. And so she crashes into the moon. I don't know how you missed that. Crashes into the moon. You know, you should have seen that coming. She didn't have her blinker on either. Didn't have her blinker on. Crashed into the moon. The sharks are there. They're able to survive up there. And I won't say any more from that. But just really creative concepts, you know. The Aquarium of the Dead here. It looks like a lot of fun. Probably some creative kills since they have all the different aquatic life at their disposal. But I bet it's also really bad in a fun way.
Who you gonna call? Start at 104.
Who are you gonna call, Daryl Walick? Who are you gonna call? Fishbusters. All right, let's go. Thank you, man. Thank you. We got Kay transforming there, or her costume. She's not really transforming. She's still Kay, but her outfit changed. It's an outfit henshin or transformation, whatever they call it. Aquarium of the Dead. Yeah, we're adding that to the watch list. That's going to be fun to riff on with the group. Thank you, Tavern's Pool, for that one. Joshua's up next. Says, not all things from the deep are so terrible. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't all have to be horror. That's why I was showing Street Sharks and some of those funny commercials and stuff. It doesn't all have to be horror.
I find it difficult to argue with a drunk.
Oh, this is jank, though. What is this?
But it's true.
Is this a video game cutscene?
I did not win the race.
Wait, this was a movie.
5 days, neck and neck. I was conserving my strength for the final stretch.
This was in theaters.
This storm blew up. And with it came sea monsters.
I don't know, man. I remember this Beowulf, the Beowulf movie, which Beowulf is awesome, you know, based. But the CGI, 2007, this CGI just has an uncanny valley aspect to it. It sort of looks like a video game cutscene, but like maybe a little too good, like for games at the time anyway. Now it would look bad as a video game cutscene, but at the time, it was like, okay, it's definitely not a video game because it looks too good, but it's also definitely not, well, good because it has like an uncanny valley. I don't know what it is, but it was still cool. I mean, the Beowulf story is awesome, and the creature design in this movie was pretty good too. I think I've seen it a long time ago. Probably saw it once and was like, okay, I'm good with that. But yeah, interesting stuff, man. Thank you, Joshua. Wait, hold on. Before I turn that one off, was there anything else, or is this just the monster? Because I don't. This isn't a trailer. This is This looks like just a clip of where he's fighting sea monsters. What's over here? What's this? Weird CGI mermaid.
I killed the monster with my own blade and plunged it into its heart.
Because you said not all things that come out of the water are bad. So I'm thinking, okay, is there something like a non-monster creature, or at least non-lethal sea monster? But I'm just seeing a bunch of sea monsters and a little bit of a mermaid there at the end. But let's not get any copyright issues here on the stream. Can't play too much if it's not a trailer when it just lets the scene go like that. Let's see, but thank you, Joshua, for that one. Painting and Rambling is up next and says, "Aren't you glad they're tiny?" Well, that doesn't always make it better. Some of those piranha movies, the piranha were tiny, and that worked to their advantage. You know, they were able to get places they shouldn't be able to get because they were so tiny. So that's not always a good thing. Oh, are you just talking about like crabs in general?
Now say all hail the Baroness!
It is not super old, but most badass fights in the first.
Somebody's rocking the boat there. Look at that, Daryl Waylick. Somebody's rocking the boat. Baroness better hang on tight. You know, there's some rough waters ahead. Rocking the boat. That's where that comes from. I don't think she was on a boat. I think she was in a submersible. You know, like one of those little tiny personal submarines. But it was getting rocked by a sea monster. I probably should have gotten that clip, you know, just for, hey, that's where the super chat comes from. Because in that episode, the G.I. Joe and Cobra, I think they had to team up because there was some sea monsters attacking them. Oh, shit!
Shuddy! There's an octopus eating a crab!
Ruin the atmosphere with that commentary. That's my job. Damn. Oh, that is creepy though. Just how quickly it snatched that thing and then drags it down to its watery grave. Kicking and screaming. Well, not really screaming. I don't know what sound crabs make, but you know, it was clearly struggling. Take that, crab boss. Yeah. Okay. So I get what you mean. Like the octopus are tiny. At first I thought you meant the crabs. Like, oh, are you glad that the crabs are tiny? Because a giant crab would be kind of like a scary monster, you know, with the shell and the claws and everything. But no, the octopus is even worse. Sharktopus. That's another movie that exists. Thank you, Painting and Rambling, for that one. Next up from Richard Hooper says, beware this terror from the deep. It's coming for the pantsu. That's Kitty's job. We need to get Kitty some scuba gear. Wooga wooga, scuba scuba. This is another
what we are dealing with here is a perfect engine. An eating machine.
Great black cat. Stake to claim in the waters off Amity Island.
You yell barracuda. Everybody says, huh? What? You yell cat. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
This cat, swallow you whole.
Cats don't even like the water.
Ever have one do this before?
Oh my goodness, this is so bad. Holy shit. What have we come to? What have we come to here? What are we doing here? This is somebody has way too much free time on their hands to make something like this. Thank you, Richard Hooper. Deharka88, hail. He's up next, says, getting mine screwed at the bottom of the ocean. This makes me think maybe the Abyss or Leviathan. Leviathan was like the Thing underwater. That movie was really cool. Oh no, this is a game. All right, what is this? Wait, it said nudity. What are they gonna put in the trailer here? It's a red band trailer.
All right, let me just get this out of the way. You are Simon Jarrett, correct? Right. Flat neurograph, version 6. Good. All files in order. Will this hurt? It's just a scan. It'll hurt about as much as getting your picture taken.
See that guy there? He got his picture taken. He got scanned. Doesn't he look okay? He looks fine, right? Just shut up and get scanned.
Hello? Did something go wrong?
Hey, people bleeding out on the floor. Hey, guy with his face chewed off. Did something go wrong? Are you okay? Look, that person's like missing a head. There's no head on that body. Did something go wrong? Hey, are you guys playing a joke on me? I think somebody's playing a joke on me down here.
Hello? Did something go wrong?
This is where it went wrong, Simon. This is where we planted the seed to the cancer that's eating Pathos too. It wasn't meant to be like this. No one told us this could happen.
Yeah, I need a Band-Aid over here. I've never even heard of this game. I've never even heard of this. It like clearly there's some BioShock influence because this looked like this thing right here almost looks like one of those what are they called, like Big Daddy or something? Kind of hard to tell with all the weird filters going on. They probably don't want you to get a good look at it, at least not yet until you're playing the game. Looks interesting though, you know, underwater horror. The protagonist seems a little dumb. Something go wrong down here? You know, dialogue needs a little work. You know, breaking my immersion here. But it looks interesting. Soma. Okay, cool. Thank you to Harka88. Haven't even heard of that before. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of newer games I haven't heard of because I stopped paying attention to gaming stuff for the most part. But that does look interesting just for the horror elements. I like a good scare. Alchemy is up next. Says, sharks, you say? Well, Mr. Sam L. Jackson met a shark once. Let's watch. Yeah, and see, okay, you know what? Hold on a second. While I'm getting that one pulled up, I need to get another clip to go with this one. I need another clip to go with this one. So hold on just a second here. Shit. Sound keys. Sound keys, don't mess me up, please. Let's see. All right. I don't think that popped anything up. What did I say? Sound keys? I meant hotkeys. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm looking at one thing. I'm reading another. All right. Let's get this clip. I want to cue this up to go after the Sam L. Jackson part. Hold on. Is this not the whole thing? What? Where's the rest of it? Damn. Hold on, guys. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna find it. I'm determined.
This circuit high.
Okay, don't think that's it. It's probably like too much work. It's not gonna be worth it. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, maybe this one.
Charles, I'm about to slap the shit.
Maybe that's why. Is this it? Found it. All right, I found it. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay, we'll get that queued up, and then we'll watch this Samuel L. Jackson met a shark. All right, here we go.
You could bring the whole facility down. We're better off taking our chances with the sharks.
Hey, you want to go swim with your little fishes, miss? You go right ahead. Me? I'm opening this door and I'm climbing out of here.
The hell you are.
Hey, I don't work for you anymore, okay? I don't have to take your orders.
That's enough now from all of you.
I'm tired of these motherfucking sharks in my motherfucking movie.
You think water's fast? You should see ice. It moves like it has a mind.
Wait, ice is just frozen water, though, Mr. Jackson. Hey, Mr. Jackson, I question, isn't ice just, it's water?
Like it knows it killed the world once. It got a taste for murder.
Wait, the ice is alive? Has anybody made that movie yet? The Killer Ice? Is that a movie yet?
When the avalanche came, it took us a week to climb out.
Wait, hold on. We're gonna fast forward just a bit.
Yeah. Swore that we said was the snow that killed the other two.
No, it was the ice came alive. The ice is thing. It's got a taste for blood. Don't you know, Mr. Scientist? Don't you know anything, Mr. Scientist? The ice has a taste for blood.
But it wasn't. Nature can be lethal.
Yeah, there was that Killer Snowman movie. Jack Frost, I think it was called. Yeah, there was that Killer Snowman that one time. The snow had a taste for blood that day. And some other things too. That movie was pretty wild.
But it doesn't hold a candle to man. Now you've seen how bad things can get and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse. So we're not going to fight anymore.
Why does it look like he's wishing for. I think this is why Thomas Jane here. I forgot his character's name in the movie. But he's secretly Aquaman because he's summoning. You can tell. Look at that look. He's like summoning. He's concentrating. He's using that fish telepathy that Aquaman has. He's like, oh, I fucking wish a shark would come eat this guy.
We're going to pull together and we're going to find a way to get out of here. First, we're going to seal off this movie.
Oh man, it's never not funny. Even the first time it happened, I saw this movie in the theaters way back in the day. I saw this in the theaters, and it was funny then. Like, I wasn't even the only one laughing. Like, the theater was laughing. Like, this has always been funny. All he needs is the little, the sound from the old DC cartoon, when he's using the fish telepathy. He was summoning that shark, man. He was summoning that shark. But you know what? We got revenge. We got revenge on that shark. Check this out. The Juggernaut, bitch.
In the fuck? Oh, shit, that's a seal. Oh, that's the shark from DPP. That's for eating Samuel L. Jackson, you motherfucker.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. Oh, shit, that's a seal. Oh, that's the shark from DPP. That's for eating Samuel L. Jackson, you motherfucker.
So yeah, we got revenge. Juggernaut. I shouldn't say we. It was all Juggy. Juggernaut, bitch. He got revenge on that shark for eating Samuel L. Jackson. Punched him right in the face. So there we go. Thank you, Alchemy, for that one. DeHarka88, he's got another one here. It says bar fight at the bottom of the lake. That's an interesting. What a concept. What a concept. For not just that we got a bar at the bottom of the lake. You gotta be kidding me. Oh, hell no. Is this a comedy movie? What is this? This can't be real. There's an actual bar. At first I thought, bar fight because the way they're fighting is what you would see in a movie bar fight. No, there's an actual bar down here. Okay, what the hell is this? Where did that come from? The chandelier! Where do those guys come from? This has got to be a comedy. This is not real. He's shucking and jiving. All right, bartender, get me a drink. Now get me a drink. What the fuck? So this is a movie called Top Secret from 1984. I've never seen this. I think I need to, though. It's obviously a comedy. That's not meant to be taken seriously. All right, thank you to Harka88. And that's another one for the watch party list right there. We got a riff on that. That looks like a lot of fun. Tavern's Pull up next. Another one from the birthday boy. Hopefully you're having a good birthday, man. For the sake of the perpetual waifu machine. Yeah, we got to keep it in operation, guys. I hate to be like one of those. Try not to be like most other streamers. I like to be different, right? But I got to say, send in those super chats, support the channel, like and subscribe, sign up to be a member on Coffee, because we got to keep the perpetual waifu machine in operation. It's in danger right now. We don't have enough fuel, okay? We don't have enough fuel to keep the artists operating. So if you want that, especially, channel members, you guys get exclusives as well. So please support the channel if you can. It's not required, but it's definitely appreciated, and it will keep things in operation the way they've been going. Otherwise, we're going to be making some changes. That's why you've seen some of the changes. You know, that's why I was messing around the other day with different banners and profile pictures and channel titles and all that. I'm like, man, I'm going to have to change things up around here. We might have to shut things down, change it up, you know, rebrand and do all this. I would rather not. I think most people like the way that we're going, you know, that we've been going for a couple years now. At least Saturday morning cartoons, a couple years. These live streams are a little bit younger than that. I think Sterner stuff's a little over a year. Channel surfing's a little less than a year. But you know, we've been having a lot of fun. We got a lot of inside jokes, which is probably my favorite part, just like all the random stuff, because it's always like callback, and then you'll see something that reminds you of another callback, and that creates a whole new inside joke from that, you know, like this, like Juggernaut punching the shark for eating Samuel L. Jackson that we just watched. You know, just funny little things like that. You know, I want to keep it going. So if you can, please support. So thank you, Taverns Pool, on your birthday too. I can't believe it, man. On your birthday, big support. I think, are you still Stream Boss? Yes, you're still Stream Boss as well. So I appreciate that, man. All right, let's see what clip you sent in this time. Green band trailer should be okay. Still keeping my finger on the button.
The hold down straps are tight, Captain.
A top secret load.
Oh my God.
I hope one of these characters says something like, did something go wrong here? What was that game that we saw the trailer earlier? Is everyone okay?
We know the flight originated in Southeast Asia, but nowhere in the manifest is there so much as a mention.
Is that Johnny Rico? Oh, buddy. Went from Starship Troopers to this? Oh, buddy.
Exactly what it was you were transporting. What we had was...
Wait, is that Robert Englund? Freddy? Is that Freddy? So we got Johnny Rico and Freddy Krueger in the same movie? Same janky movie? Like, I can tell already this is going to be bad.
Something unique. An evolutionary chimera.
You ever seen anything like this before?
Bodies have been found here and here. This is our
Did something bad happen here?
baby to bed. You don't have enough.
Or no, what did he say? Did something go wrong here?
I warned you it was intelligent. In simple layman's terms, what was it?
A very big snake.
Oh, holy shit. Look at this jank.
Now, nature's perfect killing machine is on the loose.
They just described a snake as nature's perfect killing machine.
Won't burn, can't shoot it.
How to feed.
Let's just say there's this little big thing after us.
And we're the prey. Casper Van Dien and Robert Englund.
No one else dies because of this thing. Do you understand that?
I just hope your snake here does.
Wait, you hope the snake understands? Look at this, man. Was this before Anaconda? Because that's another like mini craze. Yeah, I was talking earlier about these various trends and crazes that went on. We had mummies, we had ninjas, we had mutants. We had sharks, although sharks, I don't even know if it was a mini craze because I think it's still going on to some extent. They're still making movies about them and whatnot. But snakes. Snakes was a craze for a while. There were Anaconda movies, Snakes on a Plane, which was sort of the culmination. Like once you get to that type of movie, you know the trend has run its course. When they make a movie like Snakes on a Plane, you're like, okay, on to the next animal. On to the next killer animal, right? No, this was way after Anaconda, really, because it says 2000. And I thought the Anaconda movies were more recent than that, but I guess they must have started in the 90s or something. Wow.
That's not gonna hold for long.
This honestly, I know I'm like joking to say, hey, look how bad it looks, but this honestly looks like an FMV. You guys remember the FMV theater that we did a few weeks back on Channel Surfing, where it was just all the 90s PC games that had the FMV cutscenes where the camera is in the same ratio too. You know, it wasn't widescreen. It was in this like 4:3 ratio, and they would have real actors and then real bad CGI. And this looks like I would if you told me that this was a game and not a movie, that this was some 90s like point and click adventure game with a python, I'd believe it.
Python.
Dude, you got me out of bed for a snake?
Oh, janky CGI. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Thank you, Tavern Spool, for that one. Next up, we got Caster Hopper. It says, here's one for the stream topic. Hope you feel better. Well, thank you, man. I am feeling better. Like, joking around with you guys definitely helps. Sorry for the rough start there. Rough start to the stream. Maybe I won't delete the whole stream. Maybe I'll just cut out the first hour. You know, maybe I'll just cut out the first hour of the stream because it is a bit of a rough start. We had some rough waters there. Another bad pun, man. Get me off the stage, man. Get me off the stage. But yeah, you know, we'll keep the second half up because nothing makes you feel better than a good block of cinematic cheese. You know, you need a good block of cinematic cheese. Cheers you right up. Little jank on the side, right, with some bad CGI. Cheers you right up. So thank you guys.
Year, 10,000 tourists visit Ocean Beach. This summer, Ocean Beach has attracted something else. American International presents Tentacles.
Damn, even back in the 70s, this is 1977, and they're already out of ideas. They're already out of ideas. We've used all of the fish, all the different sea creatures. We've done them all already. We've done sharks. We've done piranhas. Everything. We're just going to have the tentacles. What are they attached to? Does it really matter? 1977.
It slept until man disturbed it. Then it woke with a fury no man could control, rising from the ocean floor to bring destruction and death. Tentacles. A chilling tale of nature gone wild as two of the sea's deadliest enemies fight to the death.
Oh, what? And then a killer whale comes out of nowhere. So I thought, okay, tentacles, and then they show that it's an octopus, so it's actually just a giant octopus movie. But no, they're throwing in a killer whale too. You get a twofer. All right, you think it's just going to be a giant octopus movie? No, you got Free Willy in there too.
Starring John Huston, Shelley Winters, Bo Hopkins, Claude Akins, and Henry Fonda. Tentacles. The most.
Oh man, look at that classic movie poster art. That's a lost art is what that is. You don't get movie posters like this anymore. That classic art style. Somebody actually had to paint it. It wasn't just cheap Photoshop, or they probably use AI at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if movie posters are just AI at this point. Some intern at the office, you know, it's just like, hey man, can you just Photoshop me up a movie poster real quick? Nobody's gonna come see this shit anyway, right? But no, even a movie like Tentacles got a hand painted awesome logo. That looks awesome. It looks better than it has any right to for this type of movie. You know what I mean? Cool stuff, man. Cool stuff. Bygone era. That's what we celebrate here. We like things. We want to take it back, in fact. We want to go back to the way it was. We got to make America jawsome again. Do I still have that picture up? Yeah, here you go. We got to make America jawsome again, okay? You got to take it back to the good old days, all right? That's what we're going to do. Little by little. Ventlight is up next. Says Creeps from the Deep. Is that the name of the movie? Creeps from the Deep. That sounds like a movie name. That sounds like a movie name. Creeps from the Deep.
For centuries, the bottom of the deepest seas had been shrouded in mystery and superstition. Some say it's a hostile place inhabited by the strangest creatures. Others that it's a prison for the most dangerous outcasts.
There's tentacles.
Legend has it that the only hope of ever getting out of there is a mask that every deep-sea creature has been craving for years. A mask, they say, everyone is prepared to fight for and risk their life to possess. But the only way of ever finding out is to go there and see for yourself.
Is it bad that the only types of these trailers I've ever seen before are the ones where it's like talking about a whole bunch of random shit that you can tell it was not the original voiceover for the trailer, but it sounds like just like the guy, and he's like cursing, he's like, using a bunch of curse words, and he's talking about like how he got in a car accident or something on the way to work. Like, it's just like weird trailers, but it's this footage or this type. What is this, Bionicle? Yeah, Bionicle. It's like this type of stuff. Have you guys seen those? Have you guys seen those trailers where it's like the Bionicle movie trailer, same voice, but it's whatever the narration is just gone off the rails, completely zooked out. This is crazy stuff. So what is this exactly? Is this just a toy commercial? Is this like a 2-minute toy commercial? Were they video games? I never got into Bionicle. That was like after my time, I was a little too old for that when that became all the rage. I was like, what the fuck is Bionicle? I have no idea. It looks like it could be anything. Like, I could see this ending up just starting to show off the toys halfway through. I could see this being a video game or direct to DVD bad CGI movie like Reboot and Beast Wars. It was all of the above. Daryl Walick says it was a game, a movie, and a toy. It was all of the above. Wow. Didn't Lego make these things? Was this a Lego thing? See, when I was back in my day, when I was playing with Legos, we didn't have no Bionicle. Okay, we had to make our own. In fact, like, all we had was the generic stuff. Back in my day, all we had was the castle set and the space. It was like Lego medieval. I don't even know if they called it medieval. I think they just called it like knights or something. And then Lego space, right? And I mean, there would be some cool looking vehicles or the castles. You could have the skeleton with the dungeon and all that. But it was really mostly up to your imagination. They didn't have all this crazy stuff like this. This is pretty wild. I mean, it looks pretty cool design wise, but it almost feels a little too like, well, you got to build it like this. I like making whatever. All right, this is turning into like an Evanescence music video. I think we're good there. Thank you, Ventlight, for the weird Evanescence Bionicle trailer, whatever the hell that was. It was underwater though. Tentacles. Okay. Mr. Caster Hopper is up next with a movie about Shamu going bad, and it features an all-star cast. I always like when they rope celebrities into these jank fests. Sometimes they have a good attitude about it. You can tell they're having fun. And sometimes they're just like, get me the hell out of here.
The ancient Romans called him Orca.
It was definitely a Lego thing. I thought so.
Or bringer of death. He is without challenge the most powerful animal on the globe, the killer whale.
Booga booga booga!
It looked like
Have
the
to
whale
find
was
one
saying
of the
that.
Bionicle movies and show it. Scott McNeil did voice work.
Well, Scott McNeil is everywhere. That doesn't surprise. Thank you, Zach Long. That doesn't surprise me. Scott McNeil is everywhere. I'm watching this. I didn't have my eyes on the OBS screen. I'm watching the Orca trailer. So when he popped out of the water and goes booga booga, I'm like, did that killer whale just go ooga booga?
The most powerful animal on the globe, the killer whale. Orca.
See, like right there, it was like booga booga. The perfect timing. Holy shit.
Has 48 teeth, set in 2 impressive rows. In some respects, the orca's intelligence may be even superior to man's. They remain loyal.
Well, let's not get carried away here. I don't see the orcas building the internet, you know, like building countries and technology and stuff. Let's not get carried away. They're smarter than man.
As parents, they are exemplary, better than many human beings.
I mean, maybe some, but
and like human beings, they have a profound instinct for vengeance.
Oh shit! Clipped his fin, just like Slam Moon.
By an act of human cruelty, and the ultimate battle of man against nature begins.
Like a doll's eyes.
Dino De Laurentiis presents Orca.
Can you commit a sin against an animal?
He followed you. He saw you on the deck of the boat.
They always remember the human being who had tried to harm them.
Wait, is that the chief from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? I think that's the chief from that Jack Nicholson movie.
He deliberately left you your boat because he wants to fight you on the sea.
I won't do that.
He's challenging you. He's challenging you for alpha male status.
Now the fish have vanished from the fishing grounds. And it's all because of your whale.
In fact, I won't fight him at all.
The only way to win
You're
is
not
to
even mad enough
not
to accept
play.
the excitement of his challenge.
I'll fight you!
Oh, never mind. He's gonna fight.
You're a vengeful son of a...
Orca, starring Richard Harris, Charlotte Rampling, Will Sampson, Keenan Wynn. A spectacular adventure. From the depths of the sea to the top of the world.
It's going to be a fair fight on equal terms.
A fight to the death.
Nolan!
Between the 2 most dangerous animals on Earth.
What in hell are you?
Man.
He's gonna answer. They're doing the whole the most deadly animal is man. Man is the deadliest. They're doing that. I mean, this is the 70s, you know, fucking hippie era.
And Orca.
How many times is he gonna show that one shot of it jumping out of the water like that? That is crazy. 3, I counted at least 3 reused shots in there. Thank you, Caster Hopper. Orca. I don't even know if I've seen that movie all the way through. Probably saw it on TV back in the day, but didn't see like the whole thing. And I'm, you know, edited to hell with commercials and all that. It probably is entertaining. I don't know, that trailer, it was cut kind of weird. All right, we got another one from Painting and Rambling. Let's see what we got. Oh no, is this another weird French cartoon?
Deep under the ocean lives some kind of creature just under our sailboat waiting to strike. And
Fuck is this? What is this? Is this gonna be a cartoon the whole time?
darling, you said that true love's on the inside. Well, soon you might see those insides outside.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what I can do with that one. I don't know what you want me to do with that one, man. Fucking weird. Thank you though for the 5 on that. Michael Russum is up next. Says the one I wanted to share the most, but had a hard time finding an appropriate video. Well, luckily, you don't. You know, it's not too bad of an act to follow there. Oh no. There's more AI. More Cloverfield monsters. More Cloverfield AI. Thank you, though. I like the music. It sounded like White Bat. White Bat does that synthwave stuff really well. Crossfire is up next. Says, mine is the terror of all the weebs. They can't handle this action. I mean, that could be any number of things. Wait, I quit before the Sharktopus? Hold on. Painting and Rambling says I quit before the Sharktopus came. There was a Sharktopus in that janky cartoon? Well, hold on, man. I'll bring it back up. Hold on a second. I thought it was just going to be this weird little, like, I don't even know. This is like Newgrounds or something, like Flash animation. So I didn't know if there was going to be anything worth checking out. Let me see if I can find the Sharktopus. Oh, there he is. Okay, here. We'll bring this back. We'll bring this back. Let's see if this is any good. Yeah, Sharktopus.
Run from the ocean to the seashore. Run from the seashore to the city. Run from the city.
The music is just kept. Maybe if I muted it. Let me just mute this song. I hate it. There we go. That's a lot better now. It's like way better. Way better muted. Look at, he's got a bite taken out of him. I'm sorry. That song was like great. It's like nails on a chalkboard. This is psycho, man. This is definitely, this feels like the kind of stuff you would see, you know, Flash animation on Newgrounds back in the day. I don't know how old this is because I thought Sharktopus was a bit more recent. So who knows where this animation came from. But Sharktopus is a real movie. I think Asylum put it out. Yeah, how is he alive with that bite taken out, man? How did he make it? How did he make it? All right, so there we go. We got the Sharktopus. Thank you, Painting and Rambling. Appreciate it. Thanks for letting me know. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, let's see what we got. This is Godzilla? Yeah, the Sharktopus was zooking out. There he is. There's a boy. He loves it. He's having a great time. I didn't even really think about Godzilla when I was, you know, racking my brain for underwater style clips. That's a good one though, because he normally does pop up out of the ocean. There was even that one movie, Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. He's like a giant lobster or something. Ibira, I think, was the monster's name. He's basically a giant lobster, or like crawfish. But yeah, I didn't even think about it. That's a good one though. That's a good one. This is from The Return of Godzilla. At least that was the name of it in Japan. Here in America, it was called Godzilla 1985, and it had the American actor that was in the original adaptation of the first Godzilla movie. I'm blanking on his name right now. Something Raymond Burr, maybe Raymond something. But yeah, he was like in the old 50s one, and they brought him back for 1985 in the American release anyway. Raymond Burr, did I get that right? All right. that quick zoom, it's like a snap zoom, like Evil Dead style snap zoom right into his eye. He's pissed. Don't they ever learn? I mean, I know that a lot of these Godzilla movies, this one in particular, I think was meant to be, I think a direct sequel to the original, or maybe it was just a full-on reboot. But a lot of times they'll set the movie where they don't know, like they've never seen him before. It's like kind of a soft reboot, and so all right, I guess that's why they try the military each time. But even in the older ones where it was meant to be a series, like a continuation, they always try attacking him with the military. Like, when will they learn? Just making him mad. That's a grumpy Godzilla right there. Look at him. Yeah, it was kind of like a reboot. I feel like it was a bit of a sequel because they brought back the actor, but I don't know. Because then at the end of the first one, they kill him off with the oxygen destroyer. I'm nerding out. I'm being too much of a nerd here for Godzilla. There's a little bit of both. Yeah. They were definitely trying to get the franchise going again, which it sort of did, because from that one, it was pretty successful, and it led into the Heisei era. And the Heisei era, in my opinion, is the best group of Godzilla movies. They have different eras for those of you that don't know. There was the Showa era, which is when Godzilla looked kind of goofy and had all the wacky monsters like Gigan and Titanosaurus and the sea monster that I mentioned before, right? And then Heisei was in the 90s, late 80s through the 90s, and it was like a continuation of movies. Each one continued on the last. So there was Biollante and King Ghidorah and Mechagodzilla, and then they ended it with Desutroya, where Godzilla was the burning Godzilla. He had the lava skin going on. He ends up like melting down at the end. But then Junior takes over, the little baby Godzilla. He grows up and becomes the new one. And I always thought, and this is more like personal headcanon, because after the Heisei era, when they went into starting with Godzilla 2000, they went into the new millennium, and that's the millennium era, right? That one I always felt was a continuation, that it was Junior grew up to become the millennium era Godzilla. That's why he has like the different looking spines and a slightly different looking neck and things like, obviously it was just a redesign for the new era of that time. But for me, in my head, I was like, hey, that's the son of Godzilla that survived at the end of Destroya, and he grew up and he became Millennium Godzilla, and it kind of started the whole process over again because they had a new Mecha Godzilla. They brought Mothra back. It was like they kind of like going through it again, right? Like going through some of the beasts. And, a couple of new monsters. We talked about Orga earlier. Megaguirus is another. I'm gonna geek out about Godzilla for a little bit here. But Millennium was cool. I enjoyed it. But Heisei is, in my opinion, by far the best because it had that balance of, it was in the 90s, so they had, pretty good special effects, not quite as cheesy as the old Showa ones, even though that the cheesiness is part of the charm of those old Godzilla movies. But the 90s, it was like just good enough where, really cool explosions and miniatures and special effects, the suits for all the monsters, Godzilla and all the monsters he fought, they all looked really cool. And but it's because it was still in the 90s, there was a good bit of cheese, and the stories continued on throughout the movies, and it's not that many movies either. It's probably the shortest era. Maybe Millennium is the same. I think Millennium had more movies than Heisei. I could be wrong about that, but I know Showa had way more. I know that era, the 60s and 70s, like those Godzilla, that was the most. So yeah, you don't even have to watch that much to get through it. It's just like half a dozen movies, and you complete the story, and then you go into the millennium. At least in my head canon, anyway. So yeah, good stuff, man. Thank you. Let's see. I kind of skipped back because I wanted to bring up that Sharktopus animation since Painting and Ramley let me know it was in there. Crossfire. That was the Godzilla one from Crossfire. So Joshua's up next with Shape of Water, but Evil Wrangling. Now, isn't Shape of Water, isn't that a movie? I'm pretty sure that was a movie title, but I don't know what it's about. I haven't seen it. Shape of Water. Oh, wait a minute. You guys are really loving this one. This is like the most popular movie of the night. I think this is the third time.
Humanoids from the deep.
This This is like the third time? Oh, this is the same trailer. We already saw this trailer too. Oh shit.
They began in the water. They're not
Is this a
human,
different one or a new one?
but they hunt human women. Not for killing, for mating. Why the girls?
Yeah, this is the same trailer from before. This is the same one before. You guys are really liking Humanoids from the Deep. This is like the star of the night here.
It's my theory that these creatures are driven to mate with man now, in order to further develop their incredible evolution.
Humanoids from the deep.
Oh, look at the brain. Look at the brain on the back of that. That looks so messed up.
Anywhere you run, any place you hide, any time you stop, they will find you.
It is pretty creepy. Like usually the whole thing about an underwater creature, monster, whatever, that you have to be in the water, especially when they're based on fish, like the killer shark movies, right? So you have to be in the water. So it's normally taking place in some setting where they're stuck, they're stranded in the water, like Deep Blue Sea. We saw that clip earlier, and they were trapped. They were trapped in that facility, couldn't get out of the water, right? But this one, it's like, well, they're in the water, but they can get out, kind of like Creature from the Black Lagoon. They can get out of the water and walk around. That's pretty scary too. Oh, did I not have that on the screen? I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had that one on the screen. You've seen it. It's the same trailer. My apologies, though. I thought that one was on the screen. Joshua, since that was a double, if you want to send another one, you don't have to do a super chat. You can just put it in the chat. I believe you have a wrench, so you can do that. But yeah, because that was like the third or fourth Humanoids from the Deep clip. You're good, but the brains or whatever. Oh, you didn't see the, well, it was, here, I'll show you. Did I close that window already? Hold on. I gotta open this back up. I'll show you what I was talking about. The brain where he crawls out of the water.
Humanoids from
like right there. See how like on the back of its head, like that's its mouth right there. It kind of has like a piranha face with the lower jaw.
The deep.
And then he turns around and it's all brains. It's all brains on the back of that head. Look at that big old brain on the back of that head. Pretty nasty. So yeah, when they can get up out of the water and walk around, that adds a little more terror to it, because then you're not safe if you just get out of the water like you can with most of these other movies. Zach Long is up next and says, hey, if we're doing games, try XCOM Terror from the Deep. Can't believe that was actually the name of it.
Bottom.
Oh shit, what do we got?
Here's my makeup from the Humanoids repeat. Worse cause it's real. Also cause I can't do magic woman lol. IYKYK.
Oh, buddy, man. Hey, I appreciate you didn't have to do another super chat, man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Floor, right? Has to be. No.
Oh man. What can I turn that off? Like, can we mute that guy? I don't want to hear him. He's ruining it. I just want to see the game. I can't even tell what's happening. It's so small. Phrasing. Thank you, Zach Long. I thought XCOM, maybe that series has been around longer than I realized, because I thought it was like a newer series. Like I remember it being on the Xbox or the Xbox 360. So wasn't that the game like Spoonie was having a meltdown over? But I guess it's been around for a while, because that looked pretty retro. That looked like an old PC game with the isometric view and everything. Yeah, phrasing to the max. I don't know. It wasn't an ad. It was like a YouTube short, but it was that guy was kind of annoying. Thank you though, Zach Long, for that. Crossfire is up next and says, this one managed to sneak up on me when I played this game. Another game. All right, what game is this? Is this Subnautica? Isn't there an underwater game where it's sort of like I don't know if survival horror is the right way to describe it, but it's like you have to gather resources and you're trying to repair your ship, and the further out you swim, because you end up needing more and more resources to repair, and so the further out you swim into like deeper ocean, there's like creatures that come after you. Is that what this is? It's like completely dark. How deep are they here? What is going on? All right, get back to the ship. Get back to the ship. Yeah, you can. Is it a whole facility? I thought you were just trying to repair a ship. I guess you have like a whole underwater facility. You gotta do this. Oh, what was that? Whoa! Yeah, see, I'd be like, no, I'm done. No, I'm done. Oh shit, was the screen not on? I'm sorry, guys. Fucking hell, man. That's my bad. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, see that right there. That right there. I'd be done. I'd say, no, I'm done. I'm not playing this game anymore. I think I'm done with it. Yeah, that was a boomer moment. Orbital boomer. Apologies. Total boomer moment there. Yeah, I'd be done. I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna go Street Fighter, play some Street Fighter. Okay, that part was actually kind of funny. Like he's just wailing on it in the face. That took away a little bit of the terror there. Just the way he's just like smacking it in the face. It wasn't really doing anything. Did he just swim away after that? Oh, that wasn't so bad. The jump scare was bad though. That's the freaky part. That jump scare. Wait, did he get out of the ship? Don't get out of the ship. Yeah, man. No thanks. Thank you, but thank you for the submission there, Crossfire. Subnautica, man. I like, cause that's the deep sea like that where you can't see anything. It's all dark. You don't know what's swimming around till it gets right up on you. That's always scared me. Like ever since I saw Jaws as a kid, I'm like, nope, I'm not getting in the deep ocean or anything. I'm like, no, thank you. Taverns Pull is up next, says, praise the Lord and pass the ammunition. Feel like that's a quote. Feel like you're quoting something. It's another game. You guys went coordinated here. You got coordinated here.
For every choice, there is an echo. With each act, we change the world. One man chose a city free of law and God, but others chose corruption, and so the city fell. If the world were reborn in your image, would it be paradise or perdition?
All over now. No! No! I won't hurt ya!
Use the drill. Use the drill. Wait, you play as the big monster guys in this one?
This way. Come on, Daddy.
What the hell was that? Use the drill. Oh shit, it's that thing from Subnautica. Has there ever been a BioShock movie? I wouldn't want them to make one nowadays because it'd probably be all like woke and gay. But I mean, this was the second game that came out in 2010. So the first game was like in the aughts, you know, the O's. And yeah, it would have been good if they made a movie back then. Was that? Please tell me I had that on screen. I didn't have another boomer moment there. Thank you, Tavern's Pool, for that one. Crossfire is up next and says, freak shows are terrifying, right? Well, being under the sea makes it worse. Uh-oh. Oh, wait a minute.
Rated M for mature.
This is the same thing. How did you guys do that? Is this a different trailer? Or is it the same trailer? No, it's the same trailer. How did you get this is crazy. Like you both sent the exact same trailer back to back. That's nuts. All right, Crossfire, let me know a replacement, man. Give me a replacement. No, it's not your you didn't goof or anything. How would you know, right? It's unless you coordinated. Say, hey, let's both send in BioShock 2. But yeah, you've got a wrench. You got a wrench. Send me the link. You don't have to do a super chat. In the meantime, Grumpy Monk has one. It says, no sharks, but one jawsome 80s movie. All right, we'll watch this while Crossfire gets his replacement. Replacement clip. Make sure it's on screen for you. Yeah, Jinx. I was hoping we'd see this. I was hoping somebody would send this trailer in. Maybe not a specific one, but a trailer for this movie. Yes, we know, James.
An American nuclear submarine went down. Your company has authorized the Navy's use of this facility for a rescue.
My people are not qualified for this. We're oil workers.
Lieutenant Koff will transfer it down to you with a SEAL team.
You'll do absolutely nothing without direct orders from me.
There is something down there. Something not us. Not human.
Aliens.
Please, you have to trust me. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
A water alien.
We all see what we want to see. He sees hate and fear. You have to look with better eyes than that.
That's probably one of the most classic underwater. I don't even know if I would call it underwater horror. It's more of like kind of a suspense type movie with heavy sci-fi elements. I wouldn't necessarily call it a horror movie. But it's a great movie though. Like the atmosphere, you feel sort of the almost claustrophobic elements when they're trapped down there. And then like when the aliens come in, it's like really visually impressive as well.
And now for something completely different.
Oh, wait, did Monty Python make an underwater movie? Is that a Monty Python reference, or am I just overthinking it? And now for something completely different. Let's see. Before we get there, let's get Crossfire's replacement link. I see that there in the chat. Thank you, sir. What you got? What you got? Look at his big dumb face. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that face. It's like goofier than I remember. I don't get me wrong. I love the old Godzilla movies. I'm a huge Godzilla fan. I think you guys can tell by that geek out session that I had earlier, going off on all the little trivia and stuff. But I don't remember him looking that zooked out, man.
No, man, he's just zooking out. He'll be okay.
Yeah, I don't remember that. That's pretty bad. And there it is. There's the giant crawfish, Ibira, the sea monster, the terror of the deep. Is Mothra in that one too? Oh yeah, Mothra wasn't it? They went to like an island and there were people, I think they worshipped Mothra or something. Can't read anything. Yeah, there they are. There they are, worshipping Mothra. Putting on a musical. Putting on like a dance musical, right? They rehearsed all day just for Mothra. And didn't they make like I don't know if it was meant to be butter, but it looked like butter. They would make these barrels full of yellow liquid. I know that sounds bad, but it looked like butter. It looked like melted butter. And then they would heat it up or whatever they did, because the boats would spray it out like gas or something, and it would keep the monster away. And I thought that was funny because it's a giant lobster. So yeah, keep the butter away, not the butter. I wonder if they'll show it in this at all. Are they playing Night on Bald Mountain? What's this music? That wasn't in the film. Show the butter spray. Show the butter spray. What is the music they're playing in the background? They keep playing all these like classical music clips or whatever. There was Night on Bald Mountain. I can't remember the name of this one. I think it's like the Overture, something Overture. I'll destroy all the butter. You won't be able to keep the that right there. Those vats, those big barrels, whatever you call them. They were full of, I don't know what it was meant to be. It's probably some, chemical or whatever. But I swear, it's just liquid butter to keep the giant lobster away. Yeah, it's public domain music. Yeah, the 1812 Overture. Thank you, Richard. He's dancing. He's just dancing to it. Like Looney Tunes music. I throw a rock at him. They're not really showing any of the clips. I wish they would. But Godzilla, when he was standing on the beach there, like doing this, when he was just flexing, on the lobster monster, he ends up throwing a rock at him. It was a big rock. Just like Killer Croc from Batman. He's like, I threw a rock at him. It was a big rock. Yeah, and they do. They hit it back and forth, almost like volleyball. The sea monster kept smacking it back at him every time Godzilla tried to throw the rock at him. He'd smack it back. It's too bad Godzilla didn't have the can of that butter. That's all he needed. He just needed a can of that butter. Mormon. They're showing like the whole fight. And this is kind of a weird trailer. They just they're like showing whole clips. Interesting though. Good stuff. Godzilla versus the Sea Monster. Definitely one of the goofiest. I mean, and we're talking in the Showa era, all the Godzilla movies were goofy, but that one was extra goofy, but fun. It was fun to watch, and definitely if you riff on it, I'm pretty sure that one has been on Mystery Science Theater 3000. Yeah, Kuros D, he took him to Suplex City. That's right, man. Godzilla took him to Suplex City. You ain't kidding. I'm pretty sure that one's been on Mystery Science Theater before because it's worth riffing on. It's a lot of fun. I think if I remember correctly, that was the Godzilla movie because I don't know if they even do this anymore, but you know, back in my day, they would have theater showings at like an old theater. It wasn't meant to have current movies. They only had like 1 or 2 screens or whatever. And they would show like cult classics like that, and everybody in the audience would riff on it.
Tennis since the Sonya Blade girl from Mortal Kombat married Pete Sampras.
What? It's tennis. Oh, I get it. Thank you, Joshua. But yeah, like have you guys ever been to that where it'd be like a small theater, like a small local theater, and they would show old cult classic movies, and you were meant to talk over it. You know, normally you go to the movie, shut up. At least that's what you're supposed to do. People don't really do that anymore, regardless of where you see a movie. But again, back in my day, people would keep quiet. But at this type of showing, and I'm pretty sure it was that one. It was Godzilla versus the Sea Monster when I went. And everybody was just ripping on it the whole time, you know, shouting stuff out, you know, clapping and cheering at really dumb parts. It was a lot of fun. It was actually a lot of fun. Let's see. Thank you. That was Grumpy Monk. Thank you, Grumpy Monk. Duo Maxwell is up next and says no, wait. I'm sorry. Let me not skip. Did I skip Grumpy Monk or did we watch this one already? Because that was Crossfire's replacement. Yeah, that was The Abyss. Okay, Grumpy Monk sent in The Abyss. Crossfire sent in Godzilla vs. Sea Monster. Thank you. Now we're at Duo Maxwell that says, next time when facing the next terror of the deep, call these guys. Fishbusters.
Stand by for action.
It's just a random explosion. Stand by for action.
We are about to launch.
Oh,
Stingray.
Shit.
Anything can happen in the next half hour.
The cheese is flowing. Oh shit, look at the fish. Look at the little fish. The cheese is flowing on this one. This is it's glorious. My goodness. I forgot about these old puppet shows. What was it, like Thunder Force 5 or something like that? They had a whole bunch of different vehicles, but it was same, you know, like those marionette puppets on miniature sets. Look at that. Is that meant to be like a robot fish, or is that just a monster fish? Doesn't really matter one way or the other. Look at how cheesy it is. The cheese is flowing. Yeah, Thunderbirds. Thank you. Wow. Oh man, that memory unlocked right there, because Thunderbirds was on. Didn't they bring that on like Fox Kids or something? I could have sworn back around when Saturday morning cartoons still existed. You know, like the real deal. you know, before YouTube and all that. Like, I'm talking like the real deal Saturday morning cartoons back in the day. Didn't one of the, it was either like Kids WB or Fox Kids, or maybe it was UPN or something. I'm pretty sure one of them had Thunderbirds on at some point. As old as it was, they were like bringing it back. It wasn't new. I'm pretty sure it was like the old footage. Maybe they were making new episodes. I don't know enough about it. I never really got into those puppet shows, but they do look really funny. Saw them on G4. Yeah, and then exactly, Team America was like a parody of it. So they were relevant for a time, even out of their time. You know what I mean? Like, even long after the shows have been made, like, they stayed relevant for a while. Yeah, Thunderbirds or Go. That's like, I remember those commercials, man. Tavern's Pull is up next. Says, you want underwater Eldritch horror? Mr. Price can provide. Vincent Price always comes.
Power of George Washington.
See Bacon, there is so much to channel surf, even stupid niche stuff like this.
Thank you, Zach Long. I appreciate it, guys. I hope you've been enjoying the show. Be sure to like up the stream if you've been enjoying the show so far. And apologies again for how rough it started out. I'm just going to cut that bit out on the VOD. So yeah, I'll leave the VOD up so that you guys can go back and watch if you can't stay till it's over, because I know we're going on 3 hours or maybe a little over 3 hours now. But I am going to cut out that first hour. So yeah, Tavern's Poll says we got Vincent Price here delivering on the Eldritch horror. Let's see what you got. I missed yours, Prince. Hold on. No, yours is after this, dude. Yours is next. War Gods of the Deep. That's a cool name. That's
This
actually
is
a really
my
cool name.
world. I am their king.
Vincent Price. His kingdom threatened by volcanic destruction. A king so captivated by an Earth woman's beauty, he sends his
An Earth woman. He's in the ocean. He's on Earth.
her.
He sends the humanoids from the deep to capture this Earth woman.
War Gods of the Deep takes Tab Hunter in his attempt to rescue lovely Susan Hart into a world as unbelievable as David Tomlinson and his bosom pal.
What? The world is as unbelievable as David Tomlinson? Is that what it said? It takes him into a world as unbelievable as this guy.
Into a world as unbelievable as David Tomlinson and his bosom pal.
What makes David Tomlinson so unbelievable? That's what I want to know.
A hen named Herbert.
Don't worry.
Now there's your unbelievable chicken in a basket. Chicken in a basket. Chicken in a casket.
Herbert, I'll get you home in time for tea.
Now, if anybody gets that reference, you're the winner of the stream.
It's a world as old as the ocean.
Anybody gets that quote?
It's a hunting party. These creatures help us to obtain food.
Yeah, you sure this isn't a Monty Python sketch? I don't know. Somebody did say now for something completely different earlier. Maybe we have veered into Monty Python territory. I don't know, man.
And death
Quite
is
the
always
sight.
near.
There is no way out. Not for you. And not for him.
Nor for the girl.
They must not escape.
This looks really cool. I got to check this one out. That's another one. That's another one on the list for watch parties here. War Gods of the Deep with Vincent Price, man. That looks like a lot of fun. What's cool about this is they built all those elaborate sets, right? And then they just blow them up. I mean, I guess that's easier. They're going to have to tear them down anyway when the movie's done shooting. So yeah, why not just have all these random shots of the sets crumbling apart? We're just tearing them down early. Yeah, it did give me 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea vibes, painting and rambling. I was thinking that too, especially Vincent Price. I could see him being like a Captain Nemo type, right? But there was no submarine, so it's like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea in a underwater temple or whatever the hell that was, rather than a submarine. But it does look interesting. We're gonna put that on the list. We are gonna do a watch party with that too. Might be fun to riff on. Because it kind of looked a little cheesy. But thank you, Tavern's Pull, for that. Next up, we got from Prince of the Abyss. Says, your wish is my command. Now give me back my beer. You can have it. You can have it. Let's go. We got another visit from the creature. No. That's a cool title card right there. That looks like they actually carved that out and put it in the water. That's pretty cool.
Science couldn't explain it, but
shooting him with bubbles. He's just got a little bubble gun under the water.
there it was, alive in the deep, deep waters of the Amazon. A throwback to a creature that had existed 100 million years ago, immensely strong and destructive. A woman's beauty, the bait that brought it out of its lair.
This is a different trailer than the one we watched earlier, but I like how both of them mention that basically the creature, he's here for a waifu, you know, I need a woman.
See underwater thrills never photographed before. See titanic underwater battles never dreamed of before in this most terrifying of the science fiction adventures.
I love that shot. How they don't even really try to stop him. They just watch him dive overboard with her. Like they must not have liked her much, you know? Just yeah, take her, get her out of here. Now, why did they put that up there on that shot? You know, he's carrying the woman back to his lair. Coming soon. Phrasing. They knew what they were doing. Thank you, Prince of the Abyss. I always love a visit from the creature from the Black Lagoon. That was my favorite Universal monster, classic Universal monster there. Crossfire's up next as Terror from the Depths of Insanity counts, right? Yeah, sure, why not? We'll stretch
The most merciful thing in the world is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity.
Yeah, Frankenstein was good too.
We should voyage far.
He wasn't bad. He didn't look
Madness
that bad back then.
It's not a curse. With 5 feeble senses, we pretend to comprehend the boundlessly complex cosmos. I have seen the dark universe yawning. The gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain sane to the hideous. And sanity is a curse. Madness offers
that's me in the painting. I never did that. Huh. This is another one I've never even heard of, but looks interesting. Like some of these games, I would rather just watch a movie, or I guess it would be like a playthrough of it or whatever. But maybe just all the cutscenes spliced together, something like that. It does look interesting though. And we got another dose of that Eldritch horror that I was asking about before. All right, let me refresh the list to make sure I don't skip anybody. I think we're getting near the end, guys. I think we're winding down here. We're getting near the end. Appreciate you guys hanging on. We got the numbers up for a bit there. We did break 100, which is always my goal here, to get at least 100 viewers, but it's dipped back down because I know it's getting late. It's a weeknight and it's getting late. So let's see. We got a few more to go. Gonna try to get through these pretty quick here. I'm getting hungry. Let's see. That was Give Me Back My Beer. That was Prince of the Abyss. Let's see. Crossfire. Okay, there we go. All right. Glad I refreshed because there are a few more here. All right. Green Raptor says Terror from Deep Space. All right. Let's see.
Shark in space!
What was that?
Rage is the power of George Washington!
Final one. Only in an alternate 2015 with real hoverboards, 10 years ago. Related to the first clip from earlier.
All right, cool. Thank you, Duo Maxwell. We'll check it out. We'll watch a little bit of that. Sharks in Space. This is a 3-minute trailer, and let me check. The dono was $2. So we're gonna scrub through this one real fast. If you want the whole clip played, we're gonna need to do more than $2.
My water is broke! Breathe, baby, breathe! We're on it, baby, now!
Why is it a second thing in space? Oh well, it doesn't matter anymore. Space Shark got her. Space Shark got her. The end. Thank you, Green Raptor, for that one. Daryl Walick is up next. Says, who you gonna call? Start at 1:04. All right. Let's get this queued up. Now this looks like, I'm pretty sure I played this episode during Halloween. Hey, Crossfire, what's going on?
Last one. So many fathoms.
Oh, very fathoming. All right, let's go.
Oh no!
I don't know if I played this during Halloween or if it was on a member's request. You know, like I've done a couple of volumes where it's member edition, where they the coffee channel members get to pick the lineup. I think that's what it was from. I think it was actually a members edition, and it was one of the choices for the lineup. Yeah, member's choice. Yeah.
I think we're too late. What gave you the first clue?
And they actually fight Cthulhu in this. It looks awesome too. Really good animation.
Full stream now!
Oh no, tentacles, no!
Not working! We can lure him near the roller coaster. We can use our particle beams to ion.
Yeah, that was a really good episode. Really good episode. Creepy too. So if it was on members' choice, I hope it was around Halloween, because that was really good. Let's see. Daryl Walick's got back-to-back right here. Says it's not super old, but most badass fights in the movie. Or I'm sorry, most badass fights in the first movie. Oh shit, Warner Brothers, I can't, let's see. They're so strict. They're like Disney.
The second attack hit Manila.
Even I've even had movie trailers like this. This is just a movie trailer, but because it's Warner Brothers, they're probably gonna block the stream. The VOD anyway. Not they won't interrupt it live, but they'll block the VOD.
Our memories connected. And man and machine become one.
This is another one that kind of like Godzilla, where I didn't really think about it. Now, I mean, now that I'm seeing it, it makes perfect sense, because didn't all the kaiju come from some rift in the ocean?
We've chosen to believe in each other. The day we face the monsters that are at our door.
Like, they end up fighting in the city or whatever, but I'm pretty sure they were where they came from was a rift in the ocean floor.
Today we are canceling the apocalypse.
Forgot Ron Perlman was in that movie. Holy shit. At least there he is. At least in this one, for the most part, the creature designs were pretty original. They didn't just look like a bunch of Cloverfield clones, you know? They were pretty original with their creature designs.
Pacific Rim.
I never even saw the second one. Was the second one any good? Anybody see the second one? Was it any good? I didn't even get around to watching it. Thank you, Daryl Walick, for that. Joshua Cochran's up next and says, here's my makeup for the Humanoids repeat. Worse because it's real. Also, I can't do Magic Woman M. What? If you know, you know. Apparently, I don't know.
Elusive as a ghost, the animal no one had ever seen alive emerged from the total darkness beneath the ocean's surface. The first sighting made possible by marine biologist Edie Witter, who dreamed up the right kind of bait. Lure Witter invented called an electronic j nearby. It worked.
Oh, look at its eye. That's probably the creep. Is that its eye? That is the creepiest part about it. That eyeball right there. Ugh.
An animal 26 feet long came into view.
This is the shot I love, where it just comes in and it goes up over the jellyfish and then spreads those arms wide and engulfs the camera system. It is this alien creature that's got 8 arms and 2 slashing tentacles writhing around, and a parrot beak that rips flesh and an eye that's as big as your head. I mean, what science fiction writer wouldn't just love it?
The expedition was filmed by the Discovery Channel as part of its Curiosity series.
Okay, so this is
oh my God!
That is creepy. The eyeball is the freakiest part, in my opinion. They show it again? I mean, she's pretty freaky looking too. She's scary looking too. No, this eyeball right here, they said it's as big as your head. Like, ugh. Magic Woman M is Humanoids from the Deep. Oh, okay. Well, that's why I didn't get that reference. Glad I didn't. All right. Thank you. No, and thank you for the nightmare fuel here, because yeah, this isn't a movie. This is real. So thank you for the nightmare fuel. Another reason I'm never gonna swim in the deep ocean, scuba dive, or anything like that. I don't want to come across this. I don't need that eyeball looking at me. Okay, I don't need that. But yeah, cool stuff though. That is cool. I like nature documentaries, you know, where I can watch from afar, you know, watch all the dangerous animals from afar, but especially the underwater ones, because I know I'm never going to do any deep sea diving like that. So it is really cool to see that kind of stuff. Thank you, Joshua. That was a good makeup for the other one. But I mean, hey, I appreciate the super chat. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Painting and Rambling is up next. Says, I now for something completely different. Oh, that's this one? Thought we already saw that one. My goodness. I'm getting a little confused. That's how you know it's getting late.
I held you close and told you I love you. But then the ocean took you back, and now I just hold you. Jellyfish, I held you close and said that I love you. But then the ocean took you back. My jelly, I'll miss you. For now, I just hold good.
Yeah, it's just the song over the credits. But hey, that was good. It took me back, you know, Simpsons. Watched that back in the day. Good stuff, man. Thank you. Thank you for that one. Oh yeah, Kuros D, the James Bond Octopussy. Although that like underwater a lot. I thought there was another one. I think it was Thunderball. Was it Thunderball? I'm pretty sure there was a James Bond movie that was heavily focused on underwater combat or action or whatever you want to call it. Like he even had the car that could go underwater. Was it Moonraker? I thought it was Thunderball. I thought Moonraker was the laser out in space. I'm pretty sure Thunderball was the one underwater. I could be wrong though. Did Goldfinger have some underwater stuff? I know that Thunderball wasn't the only one. I just remember that being like a major focus. Like the vast majority of it was underwater. There probably was an underwater segment in Octopussy. I haven't seen that one in forever. That was like the second or third one. I know Dr. No was the first James Bond movie, but wasn't Octopussy like pretty early on too? GoldenEye, the lyrics mention it. Okay. Gonna start geeking out over old James Bond movies now. So thank you, Painting and Rambling, for the song. Joshua Cochran's up next. Oh no, wait, no, this isn't this just mentions the playing tennis with the sea monster. All right, let me refresh the list here. That might actually been it. Playing it out on a song like that would be pretty perfect. Oh no, we got a couple more. Okay, we got two more. Okay. Duo Maxwell, since this one says only in an alternate 2015 with real hoverboards 10 years ago related to the first clip from earlier. Which I've seen so many clips tonight, I don't even know. But oh shit. I kind of assume this is what you're talking about. Oh, okay. In the background is Jaws 19. And they even use that same logo in the parody. Obviously, Back to the Future 2 did it first. But that parody that you sent, now it's all coming back to me. That's the Jaws 19 logo. So are you telling me that whoever made that was just because they saw this in the background of Back to the Future and go, I got to make a whole joke. I need to make a whole video, a whole joke about all the Jaws movies. Like that's like that other guy that I said had too much free time to put the cat in there. It was the cat. They were using the actual footage from Jaws and they CGI, probably use AI or something to put the cat in there. And I was like, that guy has way too much free time on his hands, right? This probably trumps that. I think this is like, okay, not only do you have too much free time on your hand, but you've got too much free thought on your mind. Like your brain is just, what's going on in there? You just see this logo, you go, I gotta make all the reference, all the Jaws 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh my goodness. So goofy. It doesn't even look scary anymore. Look at that. It looks like Baby Shark. I mean, that kind of makes sense. If you think about it, if they really did make a new Jaws movie these days, it even if it wasn't looking like this right here, they would make a reference. Because you know how shitty writers are these days. Like all they can do is make references to things. You know? There's no more creativity. There's no more originality. It's just all the dialogue, even in the Marvel movie. I mean, that's really where it started, was in the Marvel movies, all this like irreverent humor that's just referencing things. Family Guy does a lot of referencing too, but it's not a movie. But if Jaws 19 were made today, you can guarantee that there would be some reference to Baby Shark. And here, Back to the Future already did it. It's already been done. They didn't even know. Thank you, Duo Maxwell, for that. Crossfire with our last one, and it even says last one. So many fathoms. Our final fathom. It's the final fathom. Here we go. The final fathom.
I say there are things better left unsolved.
Who knows what waits for us in nature's no man's land?
Impossible, unbelievable, fantastic. But I tell you, it could happen. It could happen. It could happen. It could happen.
Yes, it could happen. For various authorities believe that buried somewhere under the polar ice cap, in a state of suspended animation, are the awesome creatures, the leviathans that roamed the earth at the dawn of time. And under certain conditions, a nuclear explosion could free one from his icy tomb. Then, guided by instinct, the beast would come back to the caverns of the deepest Atlantic where it was spawned. An armored giant, wreaking his prehistoric fury on modern man and his puny machines. Cities would...
His puny machines. Take that, puny machines.
...be terrorized by the cruel intruder from the past. Populations crazed and panicked with fear by its destructive force. Granite and steel would crumble. Soldiers and their weapons would be powerless before the onslaught of the beast. The beast. The beast. The beast from 20,000 fathoms.
Is it the beast?
Herald Square, 34th Street, Broadway. Every section of the city is guarded. No one knows where the monster will strike next.
Nope, gotta do this to send us off. Sorry all.
Oh shit, thank you, Joshua. Hey, no apologies. Appreciate the support, man. Proper send off. I mean, the beast isn't a bad. I'm sorry, the beast is not a proper send off, or is it could be. But now we got another one. Thank you, Joshua.
Another one, Colonel? No. You know what the radio...
That I didn't even realize that kind of goes with the trailer. Like, could it be a proper send off? Because all the opening narration was all a bunch of questions. Like, could this happen? Could we unleash the beast? Could it be a proper send off? Apparently not. We got one more to go.
Radioactive isotope is?
No, but if it can be loaded, I can fire it.
I'll load it. Just remember one thing. This is the only isotope of its kind this side of Oak Ridge, so you can't
miss. If it's a gun, I can shoot it. I like that guy. I like that guy's attitude, okay? He's got the right attitude. If it's a gun, I can shoot it. So it wasn't just 20,000 years ago from 20,000 fathoms below. It was 20,000 centuries. Can't do the math, but that's a long fucking time. All right. Here we go. Had to refresh it. Joshua's got one more to send us off. Well, oh no, wait, he says sorry all. I thought you were apologizing to me. No, you're apologizing to everyone else. Wait a minute, is this cursed or something? What is this clip gonna be? Oh no, oh no, 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 no!
Ping pong.
I'm not playing this whole thing. It's too much. It's too much torture. No! I can't even look at it. I'm not gonna make you look at it either.
Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. All right, we're done. We're done. I can't do it. I can't do it. You broke me. Yeah, you broke Orbital. Yeah, I see that. Yep, in the chat. Yep, you did. It's over. Avert thine eyes. Avert thine eyes. I didn't put it on the screen. I think I took it down from the screen. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you didn't have to be subjected to that. Now I see. I thought you were apologizing because it's like, oh, running the stream a little later, taking the send off away from the beast from 20,000 fathoms, right? Now I get it. No, and it was funny because I'm like, oh, you don't gotta apologize, man. No, you do. You do need to apologize. You apology rejected. No, I'm just kidding, man. Appreciate it though. Thank you to everyone who sent in donos tonight. We had a good stream, good support. Apologies for the rough beginning. It's been a week. Okay, it's been a week, and we're only halfway through it. My goodness. No, let me give a shout out to everybody who donated tonight. I really appreciate it. Hiei Oni, Painting and Rambling, Michael Russum, Taverns Pull, happy birthday, man. Nerdic Warrior. Let's see who else we got. Duo Maxwell in here. Prince of the Abyss, Joshua Cochran, Richard Hooper, DeHarka 88. Hail. We got Alchemy in here. Let's see. Did I say Nerdic Warrior? Nerdic Warrior, Mr. Caster Hopper, Vent Light. Let's see who else. Let me read the rest of these here. Give me a second. Let's see. Crossfire, Zach Long, Grumpy Monk, and Green Raptor. And I think that's everybody. If I missed anyone, I apologize. Thank you all for the donations. Thank you to everyone for being here. Your time is valuable, so I appreciate you guys hanging out, making it all the way almost 4 hours. Man, these channel surfing streams, I got to start like packing a lunch. I got to start packing a lunch for these channel surfing streams. So, halfway through and get a snack or something. My goodness. Man, going crazy. They're starting to average 4 hours like every week. Of course, the record is 5.5 hours, right? Daryl Walick. Did I not say Daryl Walick? Thank you, Daryl Walick. I apologize, man, if I missed your name. Sometimes it skips over when I'm scrolling, so apologies there. But yeah, we're starting to average 4 hours on these channel surfing streams. Maybe I need to start them early. Of course, I did start 30 minutes late tonight, so if I had started on time, it wouldn't quite be midnight Eastern Standard Time. But hey, it was a good time. I appreciate everybody hanging out. I gotta have a sandwich on standby. Exactly, Taverns Pull. I gotta have one, a little paper bag, sandwich wrapped up, ready to get like never ending story. Can't eat too much at the beginning. You gotta pace it out so I don't get. I'm starving right now. I don't know what's going on. Johnny Doe says long streaming is proof of popularity. That's an excellent point, man. That's an excellent point. You guys certainly lifted my spirits. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Not just because like the super chats and stuff, but like just everybody hanging out, enjoying. I saw a lot of good comments in the chat. People seemed like they were having a good time. We were all laughing, riffing on the cheese and the jank of these movies because that's what we like. We like this old goofy stuff, right? And that's what we call it around these parts. We call it cheese. We call it jank. That's our descriptors for it. And we like it. Okay. We like it that way. All right. We like it. So I'm glad that you guys are having fun. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night. Tomorrow night in the Discord, we are watching the series, not just season, but series finale of X-Men, the animated series. It's a big 4-part finale. The DVDs are kind of out of order, plus we're ignoring a little bit of season 5 because of how bad it is, right? Okay, just sweep that under the rug, okay? But yeah, we're going to do the 4-part series finale of X-Men, the animated series. That'll be tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the Discord. Most of you, I'm pretty sure, are already in there. If not, I will, let's see, I'll put a link. Let me put a link in the chat because I don't think any of the links are working anymore. Give me just a minute here. Give me just a minute here, guys. For anybody that wants to join, we will write that. Generate a new link. Okay. There we go. There we go. There we go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Alchemy, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I thank God for the Baconeers, and that's not even a phrase or what do you call it? An expression, figment of speech or what? Man, I'm getting tired because you can tell I'm like, whoa, how do you say what now? But no, it's like, honestly, I thank God for the Baconeers. It's the best community on YouTube. You guys are really cool. we have fun laughing at all this old goofy stuff together. It's good that we all have like that similar sense of humor and can enjoy all these old goofy shows and movies and clips and cartoons and commercials and all that stuff. You know, it's actually a lot of fun watching it now. As much as modern media sucks, it gives you that extra appreciation for the older stuff. So when we watch some of the older stuff that maybe back when it first came out, you know, back in the 80s, back in the 90s when we were around, watching it and going, that's okay, that's kind of lame, I don't like it. But now you watch it and it just blows everything out of the water. Again, another pun that I didn't intend there. But it blows everything out of the water that's coming out these days, and it gives you that extra appreciation. Like, man, you don't, what's the expression? You don't know what you have till it's gone. That's so true. Like there were movies that I used to think were lame or stupid or whatever, and now I go back and watch them like, man, this is a great movie. You know, like it has practical effects and a good soundtrack, and there's no woke crap, right? So, yeah, man, it's really good to be able to enjoy that with you guys and, you know, riff on the movies and stuff. Like we're basically, I've said it before, but we're basically like a big Mystery Science Theater 3000. Like that was just the one dude and his little 2 robot sidekicks. Well, imagine the Baconeers. We're like filling up the theater, you know, it's like we're like the whole theater full, just riffing on it like Mystery Science Theater. And it's a lot of fun, you know, it's really a lot of fun. So, I hope that I bring the joy to you guys that you bring to me. You know, we keep it going, like pass it on, right? And, you know, it's like one big happy family, you know what I mean? So thank you guys. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I really do thank God for the Baconeers. I'm glad that you guys are here for these streams every week. Friday, speaking of streams, Friday, Sterner Stuff. All right, we got Sterner Stuff coming up. We're going to be charging up that perpetual waifu machine. Let's see if we can fill up some meters and get some more pinups. Okay, we gotta fill up those meters a little bit more so we can get more pinups. I gotta pay the artists, you know. I gotta keep food on the table for them. We gotta keep the station in orbit, okay, and we gotta make America jawsome again. All right, so we're gonna do that Friday 9 p.m. I'll start on time. All right, you have my word. I'm gonna start on time on Friday 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No excuses. No excuses. No days off for good behavior. All right. Yeah, we just watched that movie recently. Somebody should be able to get that quote. You know, no days off for good behavior. You know, I know that's like kind of a generic quote, but it was from a specific movie we watched recently. But anyway, Sterner Stuff, Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope to see you there. Like up the stream here if you enjoyed the madness here tonight. Who's the stream boss? Who's the stream boss? Joshua Cochran. All right, let's go. Pizza rolls raining. Waifu is swanging. And I believe, if I saw the chat there earlier, Joshua said, give it to Tavern's Pool for his birthday. See, that's why you guys are so awesome. You guys are so generous, okay? You guys are so generous. So even though it says Joshua on the screen there, he has gifted his stream boss position, the throne, to Tavern's Pool for his birthday. So happy birthday, Tavern's Pool. You are the stream boss tonight. Birthday boss. There you go. There you go. So message me. Let me know which character you would like to see get the artist treatment there, okay? And we'll have that ready pretty soon. I don't know if it'll be ready by Friday since it's already Wednesday night. You know, can't be like a slave driver to the artist. You know what I mean, right? But we'll get it ready soon. We'll get the art ready soon for you. And otherwise, thank you, everyone, once again, for being here. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night. I hope to see some of you tomorrow for the X-Men watch party. And I hope to see most, if not all of you, here for Friday for Sterner Stuff, all right? This is the best way to kick off the weekend is Sterner Stuff, all right, guys? So until then, stay awesome, stay based. God bless you all. And remember,
until all is one.
Yes, until all is one.
Thank you for visiting me. It's been real.
Tomorrow.
Goodbye, ninjas.
so excited just from her perfume. Electric eyes that you can't ignore. And passion burns